Alright, the plan was to be watching on this monitor and then unmute it. And then it's like a really epic intro, and I completely forgot there was a stream delay. Oh man, that was not smooth. That was not smooth! Let me move everything around a little bit. Hi guys! Sup dudes? Alright, let me turn on some game music real quick. How you guys doing? Sound, yes. Good. Cool. Lag, yep. Whoops! Hopefully I know how to do that. So chat should be over here. My mic should no longer be muted now. We should be good. Can I say hi to Leon? Hi Leon! What's up dudes? Stream is laggy? It's laggy. It shouldn't be laggy, or at least not any laggier than usual. How you guys doing? Happy Friday. Cat, you've seen me all day. I'm not saying hi to you. Are you coming up here or not? There you go. Happy Friday, Adam. What's up, Max? It's already Saturday. I suppose it is Saturday for a large portion of the world. Oh man, so I think my tea should be ready in a minute now. I wasn't quite gonna make the 5-minute timer, but now that the 5-minute timer is over, I think I should be ready to take this out. It's a little warm, but I have the AC running. I've like draped the curtain over a blanket and then pinned it under a weight so that it should still let air from the AC from the window into the room without me having to like be completely blinded by light from that window. So we're gonna see how well that works. It's not gonna be perfect lighting, but it's gonna be better than it was last week. Let's see here. I need to move my trinket back onto my bar. Eventually I'll probably stop using that, but we'll see. So the plan for today is it is Cataclysm Timewalking, and I am still a bunch of, I don't have enough seals. So if we look at how many I've got, I've 1450. How many time warp badges do I need for a paradox spirit when mob time walking comes back? I understand that I can't buy it right now, but when mob time walking comes back around, I guess I should just Google that. I guess I have that power. Evening Hazel, your guild got heroical down. Grats, dude! That's awesome! You get a sweet, I was gonna say you get a title for that. I don't think you get a title. You get a sweet achievement though. So how many tunes would you recommend playing to get the most out of the game? Depends on what you mean by the most. Honestly, in Legion, I would trend towards 1. The only thing that has really made me start to consider playing alt so far is that I am very, very motivated by battle pets, and you need to play multiple classes in order to get every battle pet in the game, or at least that's true in Legion now. So I'm playing alt for battle pets, but as soon as I get the pet from that alt, I move on to the next one. You really only need to play 1 character. Okay, so this thingy, he's gonna give me some stuff and a cache and airborne treasures. I feel like I gotta be due for a legendary soon. They gotta just give it to me. I haven't gotten one for a while, and I know it's because I haven't been playing. That's kind of funny how that works. But I feel like I'm due for one soon. I feel like I can get one more before 725, and it's gotta be either Sifuz, which will let me do my mage tower, or Mangaz's Madness, which is like my best single target belt. It's gotta be one of those two. I just watched your gamepad reviews. You still have the Merc keyboard? No, I got rid of the Merc keyboard, and honestly, I never used the Merc keyboard for gaming. I never actually really gamed on that little side pad unless I was playing an MMO that wasn't WoW, because I didn't want to have to use multiple profiles to set up my gamepad for another MMO, because the profile switching was so awful in G13. So I don't have the Merc stealth anymore. I do have a oh god, oh gosh, oh it works, kind of. Thank you so much for the super chat member insights. I have a thing now that does that. Can you post an export of your rematch teams? You're actually not the first person to ask for that. I'm looking into that. I'm considering making it actually available on my Patreon, but the sticking point for me is that I do not know how well rematch exports work when you have a different breed of pet. So if I post a rematch export, I just need to figure this out, but if I post a rematch export that uses a rabbit, just like rabbit, and my rabbit has a certain breed that is necessary to fulfill that thing, but your rabbit has a different breed that might not work, is it still going to auto-load your rabbit? Is it going to be like, you don't have the right breed? Is it not going to load at all? Is it going to crash your computer and make you go back to playing outside? Like, what's going to happen? I need to figure that out. But I have been considering posting. Is there, and also the other thing is there a export all function, which that I can actually look up. So if I go /rematch, that's not what I wanted. Options. Help me here. Is there an export all function? Oh, my kitty is sniffing my toes. Oh, it tickles. I have bare feet today because it's hot as balls today. And kitty. She's a toe sniffer. Oh. I'm sure. Oh my gosh. Aw, thanks, Lips. It's finally on. Yippee. Woo! I didn't know it actually displayed the super chat message on the screen. That's fine for now because you guys are awesome and I'm probably not going to abuse that. But if it ever becomes a problem where people super chat to put really obscene things and make me edit the video so I don't get banned off of YouTube, then I'll have to look into that. Just aside, it saves the breed ID as part of the export. Okay, so if they have a different breed of rabbit, it is going to tell them it's under teams. Okay. You may have noticed I don't actually... You may have noticed that I don't actually use the rematch options. I save my teams as I go. I actually probably need to adjust. I actually probably don't have all of my strat teams saved into rematch. That's as embarrassing that is. But, rematch. Team options. Load healthiest pets, hide targets, show team tabs, record, display. Miscellaneous options. I'm missing something. I'm missing something. There was an export all. It's in teams. I use it as backup. Okay. That's good to know. I want to find it. I feel real dumb right now. I'm using my eyeballs. Leveling key, pet filter, confirmation, miscellaneous options. All options. Targeting, preferred window. Standalone appearance. You said it's under teams. Team options. Load healthiest pets. Hide targets below. Always show team tabs. Move team tabs. Auto track win. For compete. Total wins. Hide win. Record buttons. Import and export must work. I must be looking in the wrong place entirely. Let me go into interface add-ons. Doesn't have an interface add-ons. Team tab. There's a team tab. So you mean this tab right here? I'm gonna figure this out, I promise. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'm gonna get stuck here for an embarrassingly long time. The team tab at the bottom. Okay, at the bottom. Teams! I found it! I found it! Okay, so it's got all my stuff, which, mind you, is not set up for sharing with anybody yet. Okay, and then over here, so I'm on the team tab. I can right-click and then share. So that'll help me export as a string or plain text. Or send team, I'm sure, to somebody, like, as a whisper. So now if I go here... I'm so close. I'm so close. Export listed teams. Back up all teams. All right. Cool. We found it. Okay, I will look into that. It's not ready yet, obviously, because I need to adjust my teams and make sure they're all actually in there, because sometimes I'm lazy and don't do all the dailies after I've made the first draft. But yeah, I'll definitely get that together. I'm so happy I just unlocked Legion Flight. Grats, Casman! That makes, honestly, that makes so many things in Legion so much more fun. Okay, so, I was looking up how many Time Warp badges I need for the Paradox Spirits. So I'm gonna, real quick, I finally put a Wowhead hot link on my bookmark bar. I don't know why it took me so long to do that. It's the website I go to more than anything else except, like, YouTube. And then also I'm really obsessive about checking the weather. I think I get that from my mom. Which is funny because I don't actually, I do go outside. I do go outside. I go outside like twice a day. I make that sound like it's a big deal. But no, I've been taking my dog out for like long walks more than once a day lately because it's been so nice out, and because I've noticed that when I go for a second walk in the evening, I sleep like a baby. All right, so currency 4, a bunch of stuff. Maybe I should have looked the Paradox Spirit up. Paradox Spirit. I'm sure one of you is telling me, like right now. Battle pets. Vendor. Yes. Good. How many? 2,200. Okay. So I don't actually need that many more because I already have 1,450 and it's going to give me like, what, a bunch? Anyways, I'm going to put together a group. In Russia, we love Gnome. Aw, thanks. Hazel wished me luck going to Oldwar for Mimiron's head. Good luck, son. I'm thinking about studying cultural anthropology, but I really want to study forensics too. It's hard to study your future. You can always change your future, but I've been reading a really interesting book lately, and the book talks about how the idea that once you find your passion in life and you match that passion to your job, you'll finally be happy. The book discusses that idea as being inherently harmful because people decide, okay, my passion is X thing, or they think they can't find their passion, they freak out about it. And they go, okay, my passion is to be a whatever, and they go be that thing, and when they're not immediately happier, they discover it's still a job, and that they still have good days and bad days like everybody else, they kind of flip out. And instead, it says that in order to be satisfied at your job, you need to kind of cultivate... I haven't finished the book, mind you, but in order to be satisfied with your job, you have to cultivate 3 things. One of them is relatedness, so, like, connecting with people at work, which is the one that really bites me because I work completely by myself. But, like, liking the people you work with and being able to connect to them. And I think being able to, like, relate what you do and what you know about what you do to other people in your field. Another thing is autonomy, which is something you kind of build as you continue in a role. So as you've been at a job longer, your boss may let you have more control over your day-to-day, and some jobs innately have more of that than others. And then the last thing was competency. So the number one predictor of how satisfied you are with your job was how good you are at it, which obviously is something that comes with time, depending on how much you care about your job and how hard you try. So regardless of whether you end up in anthropology or forensics, as long as you try very hard, and you practice, and you learn, and you are friendly and open-minded about things, over time, you are quite likely to be satisfied by that. Now, there may be something about the field that is, like, innately incompatible with you, something that just really gets to you that you're not okay with doing every day, and at that point, you want to look into a career change. But don't freak out too much about finding the right thing. You just want to do your best at whatever thing you end up in. And that has been Career Advice with Hazel, and I'm going to put together a group for this Cataclysm Timewalking. I wasn't sure, because we have so many people that want to do this now, I wasn't sure if we should disband the group after every time we do this, or if we should just continue until people drop. I want to give more people chances to get in, I think. I think, even though it's going to take a little bit longer to reform the group, I think I'm going to completely disband after each time we do this to let new people have a chance to get in, even if it's going really quickly. So it's going to take us a little bit longer, but hopefully we get more people through here. I'm going to be starting a custom group. I will be doing DPS or healing, probably healing, honestly, just so that we don't have to try and find one, but if somebody really wants to come in as a healer, I can swap. We're going to be pulling 4 other people in, we'll do a time walking dungeon, and then I will leave the group so I don't have to, like, kick people out, because that's mean, and start another one, and that way we can get more people through here. If this ends up not working out, then we'll go back to the old way, but... Tell Blizzard to give us gnome paladins, and I'll go back to my love of gnomes. Dude, I want them to just, like, open up race class restrictions for everything. Just let everything be everything, and then spend a bunch of money making new art for, like, totems and druid forms. Just do it. It'd be great. It'd be hilarious. Okay. So, custom, start a group. Hazelnutty Timewalking. My details is going to say, I like cats. We're going to queue as soon as we have 4 other people, and a reminder, I will be leaving the group and starting a new one after every single run. That's just the way it is. Alright, so we got ellipse in here, so I will switch back to damage. I finally got an 890 tier, so I hope I can deliver you. Rap God, you talk so fast. People tell me a lot. Alright, so I need 1 more DPS, 2 more DPS. Okay, so now we just need a tank. Looking for a tank now. Oh, Dervil, you just missed it. Maybe you can get in next time. Like I said, I'm gonna be... Oh, we have a tank. Okay, Dervil can come. Cool. So, now ID list. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Queuing up. Dungeon. Time walking. Cataclysm. Dope. Hazel, how many mounts are you at? I just hit 302. Nice, Trish. I have. Not enough. I want 300, but there's so many things in my life I want to do before that. I think I'm at like 280 something. If you count like for the achievement. Total, I think I have 320 something, but that's not... Oh, we got end time! I love this dungeon! I haven't done this since Cataclysm. I think I ran it like once for Transmog. Do I want to pick up this quest? What does it give me? I already have that appearance. No. Okay. What? Oh, okay. Yeah. It's been a little bit. It's been a hot minute. That's still a lot. Yeah, how many actually do I have? I want, like, there's a meta mount for 300. Collections, mounts. 279 is the official answer to that. Okay, so I'm going to pay attention to actually try and do some damage. I should be in Misery. I don't remember if I went back to Reaper of Souls or not after I finished PvPing for the Sunday video. I should have switched back to the other thing. Oh, crikey, I'm not lingering insanity. Oh well, it's fine. I'm sure Reaper of Souls is a perfectly fine talented. Once I get out of this, and I'll switch for the next one. Oh, I may have just pulled it. Okay, we're cool, we're cool. I'm real bad for not even tabbing. I'm pretty sure I clicked on that nameplate. I'm pretty sure I clicked on that one. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just like do time walking for this entire stream because, well, like once I get until I get 2200 badges, but I think that's gonna take me the whole stream, if not longer, because it's you don't get them that fast. All right, is this gonna hurt? Is this gonna hurt me? Oh, ow, oh, ow. Oh no, I'm okay. I'm okay. It does hurt, but not that bad. If I ride a Primal Flame Saber, then it has to not hurt that bad, right? Alright. Sup, Bane? How you been, bro? Where's Bane been? Maybe I just haven't seen him a lot because I have not been playing a Horde character. Maybe he has like an active role in the Legion story that kind of echoes Anduin's, but I would love to see more of Bane. Bane is the best character the Horde have left. Sylvanas is cool, but she's off her rocker. She has gone full off the cliff, down the hill, into the muffin shop. She's gone. Hello from South Africa. Thank you for all the videos. Thanks for watching, Samantha. Is Priest fun? Yeah. Yeah. I get tentacles growing out of me, and I get to like go into a crazy void form, and I get to throw void bolts at stuff, and I get to summon like a Shadow Fiend dude. The only thing that I would say is not fun about Priest for damage, and I can't really speak to it for healing, I'm sure it's fine. But the only thing I don't like about Priest for damage is that I have no appreciable form of like cleave AoE for small things. If I'm trying to cleave like 3 or 4 targets over a sustained period of time, I will kick butt. But if I'm trying to do that Imp World quest in the Broken Shore where you need to kill 30 imps, I'm just sitting there like dotting them up individually, because by the time the only mechanic that you have as a Shadow Priest for instantly cleaving stuff is the only mechanic you have available for that is when you Mind Flay a target that has a Shadow Word Pain on it, you will do a minor amount of incidental cleave to the other things through the new inbuilt Mind Seer, which is awful, honestly. And because you're Mind Flaying a target that has Shadow Word Pain on it, and it's an imp, it's gonna friggin' die, and then you have to start all over again. It's the worst possible way to cleave. Like, just give me like a fan of knives. I don't even care that I'm not a rogue. I will find some knives. Give me a fan of nearby stuff. I will fling sticks at things. Just let me do more meaningful AoE DPS without requiring me to tab to a new target every 2.5 seconds. It's the worst. They absolutely need to fix that. They did not think removing Mind Seer through, and they need to adjust that. I wish they would fix it in 7.2.5, but I don't think that's the direction they're going to go. They better fix it in friggin' the next expansion. If they leave me for 2 expansions with this kit that does not have a proper button for incidental cleave, I don't need it to do a lot of damage. I don't need to be topping the meters. I don't need to be beating the LA Shamans and the Fire Mages and whoever the heck else can do a lot of incidental cleave. But I just need to do my Imp World quest without having to top them up individually. I think on my angler, thanks to your guide. Keep up the great work. Oh, dope. Grats, Corn. Diggity. Corn Diggity Doggo. You have a really cool name. That's why I play a Fury Warrior. I always have Whirlwind. Right? Like, that seems reasonable. You have Squirky? You bet I have Squirky. I have Squirky the Battle Pet, and I have Squirky the Plush. If you watch my most recent vlog video, I actually, like, pull him out and show you guys how lovely and fluorescent he is. Where are we going? What is happening right now? There's a boss here. We need to keep going. We need to keep going. There's a boss. I don't remember how we find the boss, but we will find it if we keep going. It's been so long. Fragments collected. Oh, right, we're collecting the fragments. I'm glad that one of you guys is on that because I completely forgot. I think this might be the first time I've actually done Cataclysm Timewalking. I feel like the last time it came around, if it did come around in the past, the last time must have been... I don't think I did it. I don't think I did it. I've skipped a lot of Timewalking events in my day. It's not usually super high on my Oh, I stutter step my Void Torrent. Whoops, a daisy do. Oops. You're not supposed to do that. It's real bad. It's real bad for your damage. Yeah, I agree, Nerf Ellie. Yeah, that's what I said, Flabby. That's what I said. How you doing, dude? Should I play Priest? I've only played 1 class ever. Play all the classes for like a little bit. Or not all of them, because I guess that's overwhelming, but like, look at the art. Google fan art. Or like official art on the WoW website of all the classes. Pick like 5 that you think are cool based on like the fantasy that you really think is cool, and then play those to like level 10 or 20. Or better yet, actually pick a class trial. Do the class trial. That's free. You can try out a class for free at level 100, I believe, maybe 110. I don't really remember. But it's a way of testing out the boost service. You don't have to actually boost it, and I actually recommend that you don't. But try them out on the class trial to figure out what you actually like playing after you figured out what you like the looks of, and then you will have your answer. Do you ever go to BlizzCon? I have never in my life been to BlizzCon, and I will not be going this year because I can't afford to. We're trying very hard to save up for a house. But I have, and this is going to sound like a huge sell-out moment, and it kind of is. But I have as my highest Patreon goal, so not the one that we're on and not the one after that, but the one after that. Do I go to the entry now? I think I do. After that, no, wrong one. Where do I go? Help. Bronze. Yes, I found it. Okay. After that goal will guarantee that I have enough money to go to BlizzCon every year and meet some people and make a vlog. I would love to make BlizzCon vlogs. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'd probably be real embarrassed, like, swinging a camera around out in public. Like, I went to go take some pictures of, like, birds and plants and stuff to practice with my camera last weekend, or maybe it was midweek, a couple days ago. And I was, even though I was just, like, outside taking... Down? Is it back? Broke the stream. We should be back now. Alright. I restarted it. Hopefully that doesn't fragment the VoD. YouTube does a really good job of attaching the two VoD halves if they're not too far apart. Also, I don't remember how this works. Apparently I don't want to stand in that. Did I do a bad? I think I did a bad. I think I was supposed to not be in that. Yeah, because no, those land regardless. I guess you just take some damage. I'm gonna pop a... Oh, I already did. I don't remember popping my Vampiric Embrace, but apparently I did. Oh, alright, so we're going back. So now we have 3 more times we can do that. I think that resets your cooldown, because I remember, like, you lust, and then you were able to lust again. But I still have sated, so maybe we did it wrong. Maybe we did it wrong. But you have, like, 5 tries to kill this boss. I'm sure they've really undertuned it for time walking, because this boss was a little bit tricky when he was new, and they don't want people wiping in time walking, so I'm sure he's been nerfed. I guess you couldn't say the stream came to its end time. Yes, I guess you could say. I see offline, refresh the pages back. Yeah, I restarted the stream, so if you... And get some new people through here. I will do my best to remember who we've already had so we don't take too many dupes, so please do not apply again if you've already been through. So we've had AB, Dervil, Ellipse, and Nukin. Excellent, excellent gameplay. Thank you very much. Pre-made, starter group, list group. I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude. We're all dudes. We are all totally dudes. NA. I don't have the time walking mount. I have no time walking mount. I don't even, actually, I do have, okay, so we got 1 healer, we got a DPS, we need 1 more DPS. I believe this one was the first to apply, and we're now looking for a tank. I'm assuming that Diva wants to heal. Diva is gonna heal. I think I remember Diva coming to some battlegrounds with us at one point. I remember being very impressed by the pallet heals. We are now looking for a tank. He's like, you're the dudest. Dude! I went through a big phase in high school that I was hanging around a lot with this guy that was he had like the long hair and he played the guitar. He wasn't really a hippie, but he wasn't not a hippie. And he was super into like Rush and Metallica and like, oh man, he was the dudest dudular. He called everybody dude. Yeah, I'm gonna bring Nukin back in so that we're not actually waiting for a tank. Just because we might be waiting for tanks for a while. If I wasn't specifically saving up, why is my camera out of focus? Awesome. Did I not invite? I thought I invited. Invite. My camera likes to do this thing. I can fix it though. Doop 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 doop. Ah, that's better. Minimum level to join? Yeah, I think 86 is true. Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind, it filled. Okay, so I think we are ready to go. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dungeon. Random. Oh, I need to delist. There we go. Cool. I can tank on my Frost Mage if we're willing to go to EU. Shucks, Racco. I appreciate that. I don't have any immediate plans to make an EU account. It's something on my radar, but even if I did eventually do an EU account, I honestly wouldn't play it. I would just pay for it and then buy gold on it so that I could get battle pets to give away to EU followers. That's something that I will eventually probably expand to do. When I'm, like I said, not so aggressively trying to save money, because our lease is up in like 6-ish months, and we don't have a lot of savings because we had to replace our car in an emergency. Like, our car needed replacing imminently, so we had to replace our car. So we don't have a ton of savings on hand, and I really still want to move out and into the Hazelnutty house of my dreams, which we haven't found yet, but just like a house, you know, with walls and a floor that are mine, that are not attached to anybody else. At the end of the year. We're not gonna, like, obviously if it's not gonna make sense to do it, then we won't, but I would really, really like to save up money enough to do that, so I am aggressively saving. and shamelessly pimping out my Patreon to try and really make that happen, because as soon as, like, we're gonna start saving money as soon as we're in the house, because one, the mortgage on the kind of house that we would be looking at would be, I think, considerably less than our current rent. Secondly, you're building equity, and thirdly, I don't remember what the third one was, but I want to plant a garden. I have a balcony, and I do okay with my balcony, but a garden one day. Gosh, we got a $4 super chat from Josh. Thanks, Josh. So I don't feel bad with ad block on. Yo, if it makes you feel better, that $4 is basically the same as watching my videos about 4,500, 5,000 times with ads. Like full ad views. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. My cat keeps wandering in here and looking up at me like, you've been talking to yourself for a while now. Thank you, Eddie. That was the one thing that I did not get set up. So I set up the super chat alerts. I set up these, actually, I thought I set up the super chat alerts, but apparently they've died on me now, because I noticed that one didn't actually pop up. So let me go ahead and open up Streamlabs. But I set up the starting soon thing, I set up the super chat alerts, and then I set up a little BRB overlay for when I get up to go make tea. Alert box. Let me just test this real quick. Test super chat. Okay. I didn't actually donate $65. It's just a test button. So it does. All right, that should be working again. Sorry, Josh, that the alert. I don't think it popped up unless I missed it. But thank you very, very much for the $4. Orb Weaver. I'm using the Orb Weaver. I no longer have the G13. I upgraded from the G13 to the Orb Weaver a couple years ago, and I have not ever really wanted to go back. I think the G13 is a great entry-level device, especially because it's much less expensive. If you're using a keyboard and you want to switch to a game board for some of the reasons that I go over in that video, like hand tension and for easing hand tension, and for like if you're stuck on a laptop and you don't want to be using your laptop keyboard anymore, then the G13 is oh gosh, is that the Josh one? There we go, it worked. Then the G13 is a great thing to get you on a game board, but I do think that if you're going to do that and you have the extra money, it's not going to ruin you, and you play WoW every day. If you just play WoW like on the weekends, then it may not be as worth it to you, but if you play WoW every day, then I think that the Orb Weaver is absolutely a huge step up. Hazel, stop talking to yourself, your cat. Probably. She's probably very concerned about the whole thing. But she doesn't mind. She still likes me. She still comes say hi every morning. It's really cute. Whenever I come home from a walk with the dog, she'll come over to the doorway and, like, sort of skirt past him, because she doesn't like the dog. She doesn't hate him. They don't really, like, fight. And they're not, like, intensely scared of each other. The cat just kind of has, like, this very passive disdain for the dog. Like, she thinks he's kind of gross, but she's not going to really get too worried about it. And then the dog just, like, has this really cowed sheepishness around the cat. Like, I have to live here. I'm sorry. Please don't hit me. So she, like, comes over, skirts around the stinky dog, and then, like, rubs up at me while glaring at him, because, like, I guess he's the reason that I had to go outside in the first place. But she's always very happy to see us come home. I'm a Razer fanboy. I love Razer products for certain devices. I have very specific preferences for different brands depending on what the device is. So, for example, Razer key input devices, their keyboards and the gamepad, I will swear by. I love them. I think they're amazing. But I would never buy a Razer headset, because I used to work in tech sales. And if I ever sold, like, all the Razer headsets we sold, 8 out of 10 of them came back because they had issues within the first, like, month. They would have issues a lot. They would have a lot of issues. They just didn't have very good build quality. But the key products don't have that issue. Naga mice are somewhere in between. The Naga is a very classic mouse. I went through at least 2 or 3 of them before I switched. And I think it's a great WoW mouse, but it doesn't have the build quality to really stand up to years of WoW playing. Like, I found that within 2 years, the mouse would typically die, which isn't really an acceptable lifespan for me for an $80 mouse. So instead, and I'm probably gonna do actually a separate video in the same style. I've stepped in that. Instead, I've moved to the Logitech. Can I show you? It's a G600 mouse. It's very much like the Razer Naga, but it's a little bit bigger, which helps me. I got €2 from Seal. I actually have no idea how to say your name. I'm really sorry. Do you prefer plain or exciting socks? So it depends. If I am, like, wearing pajamas by myself at home, which is 90% of my life. Why are we all dead all of a sudden? Let me throw out a quick res. If I'm wearing pajamas by myself at home, or working from home, which is frequently. Oh, we're back. We're back. I will absolutely wear the most exciting socks I have, which are frequently not that exciting. It's very sad. But if I'm going outside into the world and I have like a cute outfit put together, I'm probably not going to put on like my crazy neon striped socks because they just draw too much attention away from the rest of the cuteness that the outfit is supposed to represent. I was saying something before. Oh yeah, the mice. So I prefer Logitech for mice. I love the Logitech G600. I've been using the same one. 2, 3, 4. Has it been 5 years? I think I've been using the same mouse for 5 years. Not a single issue. It's an amazing mouse. And it's cheaper too. I believe the G600 is actually cheaper than the Naga. So and it depends. It depends on what the thing is. Are you from Canada? You say mouse different. How do other people say mouse? I am from Canada. I am absolutely Canadian. What's happening here? I know this is the way we need to go. Have we done a thing? Got it go through. What if I disperse? No, it kicks me out. This is really upsetting. We're broken. We broke something. We broke it. Tele out and back in. Okay. No, not leave. That's wrong. Teleport out of dungeon. The Razer headsets and mice break within the first 2 years. Yeah, that's exactly what I found. I found the headsets and the mice break. The keyboards tend to be fairly solid. The lighting was kind of edgy and obnoxious, like the neon green, but the new chroma versions that they're making, I think, are great. Hello from Scotland. Sup to Johnny Spinda from Scotland. Unable to zone in while an encounter is in progress. Oh, did they start it? Oh, yeah. I blame Hazel, she broke it. I probably did. I probably did break it somehow. I have the G602 and love it. What's the G602 like? While I wait for them to do this encounter, I guess I can, Logitech G602. Wireless. Oh! Okay, I see. So it doesn't have, like, the button grid, but it does have a little row of buttons there. That's cool. I want more of my stuff to be wireless. The reason why I hadn't moved to a wireless headset was because I was, at the time, engaging in competitive arena, and I really didn't want any kind of lag between my, This is definitely not... Teleport. I didn't want any kind of lag. Oh, I'm in now. Okay. In the arena. But, as you have noticed, I don't do competitive arena anymore. It just didn't fit with my life. And, so are we good now? So, we need to now do Ozymat. No. Ozymat and Gersha are after the Mindbender dude. Where do we go? There's a teleporter, but I'm scared. I'm scared to take the teleporter. I'm gonna do it. I'm pressing the button. Alright, now I'm at Neptulon's Rise. Hey! Hey! Alright, we figured that out. I need to go into shadow form, and there we go. Wireless equals unreliable. See, that's the thing. It is probably a little bit more unreliable. You have to be concerned about battery charging. There's going to be a little bit of input delay, and if you get a cheap one, it is not going to have a reliable connection. But I do not, as somebody that no longer does competitive PvP, it's okay if it has a little bit of input delay. Obviously, it's going to be annoying if I'm, like, talking to somebody and it's, like, really slow. But I think the delay is, like, in the milliseconds. And then the other thing is if I did get a wireless headset... Because I have more options for a wireless headset because I do not need my mic to be wireless. My mic is obviously a completely separate thing. I have not used a headset mic in years and years and years. And, so now we can go back to the entrance and head towards Gersha and Ozymat. Gotcha. I haven't used a headset mic in years and years and years, so I could basically get any wireless headset that's designed for listening to music, use it with my computer using a Bluetooth adapter, and I believe that would be just fine. I trip over my headset cable every single day. It is constantly getting tangled underneath my chair, and I should have taken that portal. I could totally go to a wireless headset one day. I don't think I would do a mouse or a keyboard, because those things, like, they stay on the desk, they're not in my way. I don't want to worry about charging them, but a headset I could totally see, because that's actually attached to me. You prefer bows? Yeah, actually, I had wishlisted, obviously, for one day in the very far future after I've met all of my other financial goals, including a giant savings fund for in case the water heater in my imaginary home blows out, and saving for retirement. But I have wishlisted for one day the Bose wireless headsets. I'll obviously do some shopping around when it eventually comes time to go that way, but I feel like a QC30 would be really, really good for just, like, listening to, like, usually I listen to music during the day while I'm working, and then I'll talk with my friends and vent at night, and I will listen to sound, obviously, when I'm editing. So those are the 3 things that I do, and I think a wireless headset would be fine for that. That you can also plug in when wireless doesn't work is best. Yeah, I do believe that's an option with most of the better ones, but if you're really into audio, consider Sennheiser. Yeah, I'll definitely go that way. I've had some bad experiences with Sennheiser headsets. I don't believe they deserve them. I think I got some just duds, but it's happened to me twice now, so I'm just a little bit leery of that brand. I remember this trash is really funny. These dudes that just like pick you up and they go bam, bam. I think that's great. Like that's totally, if I was a big dude with a giant hand, I would absolutely use it to pick people up and smash them on the floor. I mean, I guess if I was also hostile. I wanted to void torrent you. I can't do that when I'm up and getting ground pounded. Oh, they actually call it ground pound, like that thing in who does ground pound? Ground pound was a move in Super Mario Party and in one of the mini games, was it not? Ground pound. Was it a mini game? The name sounds very familiar. I got a legendary last Saturday. Gresterville. Use the Fox Step 150 RPM kill. They're amazing and super tough. Interesting. Hazel, you're going down a path I can't follow. What kind of path is that, Trish? I missed what you said. You can't / who on YouTube. Oh, I see. Hi everyone. 3-day weekend mood. Nice, Kayla. Man, I am so ready for a weekend. Actually, I do have a little bit more work to do. I have like another hour of work to do. But after that 1 more hour of work, then I am not touching anything until Monday. And I am going to nap. I am going to read my book. I am going to take my dog for lots of walks. And I'm going to take some pictures of random stuff to try and get better at using my camera. The picking people up and slamming them with a fist. Oh, I see. I thought you were like really opposed to wireless headsets. Speaking of the tech thing, I'm really glad that the somebody's relogging. Okay, cool. I'm really glad that people are mostly enjoying the video talking about the Orb Weaver, and the G13, because I want to do a lot more videos like that. I really, really love my consumer tech. I think it's really cool, and I love finding the right tool for a job and finding just the right one that you're really happy with. And I spend a lot of time, like when I'm gonna purchase anything, researching it. And I think that making reviews from their perspective of somebody that has owned and used that device for multiple years until they have actually confirmed that it is the right device for what they need to, I think that review is a lot more valuable than like a tech reviewer who was sent the product for free and then had it for a week and then wrote their review. So I want to do more videos like that. I think they're going to be useful. And they're fun to make. Plus, I can whip out that camera of mine to take product footage. Now, obviously, they won't look as shiny because I've been using them for years. Like on the Orb Weaver video, you can see that the finish was actually... It looked like the keys were really greasy. I swear to God, they weren't greasy. One, I don't eat and use my gamepad at the same time. And secondly, I actually washed them with soap just in case before I made that video. It was just the matte finish had worn off. But I won't be taking pictures of new products because I have actually used them. Don't get Memorial Day off. Feels bad, man. I'm using my G13 now. I can't play WoW without it. Yeah, people make fun of me. My friends, especially when I PvP'd, but people make fun of me for using it. Somebody, like, I once mentioned in a Twitch channel that I used a G13 and the streamer was like, aren't those for disabled people? Like, I'm sure that if you did have a disability, it would be easier to play WoW with a device like this because you can do a lot more with one hand, but implying that I'm disabled is a little bit uncalled for. Hi Hazel, should I start WoW now or am I too far late in Legion? If you want to play WoW, you play WoW. You pick it up. There is catch-up mechanisms in place. You can get caught up as pretty quickly, depending on how much of the game you want to play, like how much time you want to spend playing it. But if you want to play WoW, you should do it. You shouldn't wait for like the perfect time to come back. You should just come back, get yourself situated, start your adventure, start falling in love with your character, and finding your favorite battle pet and your favorite place to fish, and find your perfect dream guild, and just don't be waiting. I mean, if you had, like, exams coming up and you wanted to wait until after you finished exams because you know your personality type doesn't really allow you to easily balance something like MMO games and studying, that's one thing. That's a legit reason to wait. But just waiting for the right time in the game is, nah, just do it. Just do it. Hi, Hazel. Finally caught a live stream. What's up, Joseph? It's called Ascension Day in my country. Is it really? I actually, I'm not very up on my American customs, despite having lived here for a couple of years. I know it's Memorial Day. I don't really know what we're remembering. It's gotta be either something to do with presidents or war. It's one of those two things. Like in Canada, we had Remembrance Day, but they do that here too, and I think it's called Veterans Day, so it can't be that. I don't know. Oh, alright, here we go. This fight is really fun because it like turns you into like the big dude, and you get to like be a big dude, although I'm still a gnome, so I'm fairly short no matter how big they make me. Oh, does somebody have a mischief? Oh, I like your mischief. I like Diva's mischief. I mean, I have my own mischief, of course, but mischief is great. Mischief is one of my favorite pets. I think one of my favorite shop pets. Like, they've met a lot of cool shop pets. Bright Paw's also really cute. What are the other good ones? The Ultrarock Wrapup. Adorable. I mean, if you didn't know, you, like, yell for it when you summon it. Your character does a little yell animation. Passed away soldiers, fallen soldiers, of course. Oh, okay. So it's similar to Remembrance Day, it's just there's another one. Gotcha. But, yeah. Mischief, like, you know what really sold me on Mischief was they made a movie. They made, like, a little video. Showing the goblin getting it for Christmas, and it's like making his heart grow. That was the cutest thing on the planet, and I was like, oh my god, I absolutely need one. You just made me spend $10. Good job. You have clearly mastered the art of marketing, because that was incredibly effective. It was so cute. Veterans Day is for living veterans. Oh! That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Yeah, we kind of do both on the same day in Canada with Remembrance Day. I spend a lot of, like, Remembrance Day is very much celebrated, well, I don't know about celebrated is the right word, but it's very much recognized in schools. And then I also went to larger Remembrance Day ceremonies every year because I was a trumpet player, and I was hired by the Veterans Organization to actually play the last post, like the trumpet song. I played that at ceremonies back in Canada. I probably couldn't do it anymore because I'm so out of practice, and also I believe they have a different song here, and I feel like it would be wrong for me to do it in America. Like, I'm not American. I'm really not. But similar concept, I think. I can't wait for the next baking stream. Dude, I'm so ready. I got the apron. We got the poll going. The dude that prints the aprons, actually, I was talking to him on Etsy, and he wants to get, like, a screenshot of me on the stream for, like, advertising the thing, but he's been really nice about the whole thing. The one thing is it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot again. It's gonna be hot for like all summer now. Days in like the 30s if you're a Celsius person, or like the 80s, 90s. Oh gosh, thanks for the $5, Alicia Wilson. I don't hear your accent, but maybe that's because I'm from Minnesota. Try saying about. Okay, so the thing about the about thing is when I just look at the word and I'm conscious of the fact that apparently I say it differently, I say about like that. But apparently, if I've been drinking or if I'm emotional or excited, I go full about. I don't hear it myself, but people, like, so many people have sworn to me that that's true that it has to be. It has to be a true thing. So there can't be that many people trying to mess with me, basically. Osmat is vulnerable. Strike now. Should I pop a potion? Sure, let's pop a potion. Oh. I popped my potion, and then he was like immediately dead before I could even finish the Void Eruption. That is why I do not want Void Eruption damage buff, because it's the most annoying button to press. You don't even press it that often. I'm real upset about the that legendary that Shatterproof are getting. Thanks, guys. Shame that this dungeon was such a mess. I will let you guys grab that. It's around 20 Celsius here, and I can't handle it. 20 Celsius is room temperature, right? Like 21? That should be fine. That should be a very comfortable temperature. I just started watching your videos today, and now I caught a live stream. Yay, Set Miroslav. I don't know if I said your name right, but I tried. You doing this with subs or randoms? It's a first come, first serve for people that sign up. I have no way of identifying who is subbed to me on YouTube, but subbing to me on YouTube is free, so just, like, knock yourselves out. I suppose one day I could prioritize Patreon subs. I would just need a very specific way to make that happen, and also I don't want to sit around waiting for a group for people that paid for it when there are plenty of people that are just, like, ready to go. You know? So, alright, so I'm gonna use that button. Also, if you guys haven't noticed, isn't that a sweet weak aura? It, like, pops up with a big icon whenever I have artifact power, and then you press it, and then it puts it into your weapon. I love it, because it keeps it all out of my bags. So that was 2. We're gonna do that again. Start a group. This is in the custom section. The title is Hazelnutty Timewalking. The details is I like cats. First 4 people to sign up that fill those roles. I will take duplicates for tanks. If you have tanked before and you would like to tank again, you may sign up so we're not sitting around waiting for tanks. But healers and DPS are first come, first serve. So we got a tank. and then one of these, and then we need one healer, or I can heal. I'm gonna take this guy, and then I'm gonna delist us, and then I'm gonna heal this one. Specialization, holy. 93 Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's pretty warm. That's about what it's gonna be here for the next until October. Dungeon Finder, random time walking. I will be the healer. I need to move these buttons around because these are my running old raid buttons. It has Holy Nova in a very distinct place. It has Holy Fire in a very distinct place. Alright, I believe in your bear tanking. I need the cat, but I have the bat. What bat? The fell bat? You know what pet I need? I need the Wailing Caverns to cough up its ever-living spore. I have been doing. I haven't seen one. I haven't seen one on the auction house. I keep checking auction house data. Oh yeah, I'm healing. I need to. Let's blow up the frame so I don't forget that I'm healing. I often forget that I'm supposed to be healing. Games, raid profiles. I know I can customize this. I just haven't. I'm real lazy. I believe in you. Be brave, young bear. I don't know if you're young or not. I'm just assuming that your bear is young in bear age. I'm also doing Stonecore. What pets are worth getting from the shop for battling? Okay. If you are getting pets from the shop for battling, the Blossoming Ancient is very good, but Brute also fulfills that requirement. So if you do not have a Druid and you do not want to level a Druid in order to get yourself a Brute, then the Blossoming Ancient is exceptionally good for PvP pet battles, and he generally gets me through my 5 PvP pet battle wins that I need every month. So the Blossoming Ancient is number 1. I would say after that, they're less necessary. There's probably some good ones, but honestly, I try not to put them in my strategy so that... Actually, I don't. I flat out do not put them in my strategies because I don't want to have a strategy be basically, well, you can't do this unless you pay Blizzard $10. So, start with the Blossoming Ancient because he's real good for PvP pet battles. Who else do I use? Lil Ragnaros has a disgusting amount of attack. I think he has like... I'll check, but I think it's like upwards of 340. Pet Journal. Rag... Naros. 374 attacks. So that guy is on steroids. that little Ragnaros hits disgustingly hard. I don't know where you would use him, I guess. Just anywhere that you're trying to like melt through mechanical pets. Which is sadly not that many places. But yeah, little Rag, he hits like a truck. By Hazel, nearly 1 a.m. at my place. Time to sleep. See you later. The Fire Cat. Oh yeah. Hazel used it in Celestial Tournament strat. Did I? Oops. Yeah, the Cinder Kitten is probably a good one too. Actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure when I put the Cinder Kitten in that strat, I put it as a thing where you could absolutely leave an alternative. I believe I just used it as generic fire damage? Beast damage? I don't remember. Maybe you did need it. It's been a long time since I've done the Celestial Tournament. But yeah, Cinder Kitten's another good one. Don't do a baking stream this weekend. I'm leaving in the morning for my cooking competition. I'd be so sad to miss it. Baking streams will always, always, always be on weekdays. I will always do them on weekdays during times when my husband is working so that I'm not bothering him with my baking, and so that he feels like he can talk on his voice chat without showing up on stream, basically, because those two rooms are connected. My kitchen is absolutely connected to my living room, and that's where his desk is set up because we're only in a 2-bedroom place and we sleep in the other room. So yeah, weekdays during work hours, because there are going to be 2, I'm healing, not damaging, whoops. Because there are going to be 2 baking streams this month because we hit that goal on Patreon. One of them is going to be in the morning and the other one's going to be in the afternoon. I think the first one is going to be in the morning. I think I'm going to set one up for a weekday in the first week of June in the AM. And then the other one will be the same time as before, kind of like a 2 o'clock-ish in the afternoon thing. In the PM, probably either... Actually, I have no idea. I'll see how I feel after I do the first one to schedule the second one. But that's the plan. That's the plan. Cataclysm Timewalking. Enjoy the Grimbatol. They've all been kind of iffy so far, to be totally honest with you. All of these dungeons, like in End Time, I couldn't remember where to go, and that was fine. End Time was fine. But then in... we did... what do you call it? The blue one with all the water. We got real stuck. The wall that was supposed to let you get to the Mind Flayer guy bugged out on us in Throne of Tides. Throne of Tides. That's what it's called. And yeah, it's rough. It's rough. And those are the only 2 that we've done so far. Any tips for getting an Unborn Valkyrie as Realm Hopper no longer works? Patience. Patience. I got mine back before Realm Hopping was a thing as well. I got mine like as soon as they were out, basically. And I believe that was before they introduced the cross-realm route finder. So, actually, I have a better tip than just patience, actually. Have an alt. This only works if you have alts. If you don't have alts, then you're going to be kind of boned. But hopefully you have an alt that's at least level, like, 80. Not even 80. 71. That can fly in Northrend. Go park that alt at one of these spawn points. Doesn't matter which one. Just park that alt at one of the spawn points. And then every time that you log in to play WoW, log onto that alt first to see if it's up. If it's not up, just log back onto your main and go do what you're doing. And then when you log out for the night, do the same thing. So assuming you play WoW every day, that means twice a day you're checking on the spawn point. Within, I mean, it might take you a while, but eventually, and you're not spending that much actual time on it, but eventually within like a week or two, you should have it. You should find it up. That's how I got my Minfernal. I would park a character out there and I would just check it every time I logged on. That's my best advice to you. Hazel, YouTube is your job. Yeah, YouTube is my job. I would say that I work 40 hours a week on it, but honestly, I don't know when to stop. And it's very hard for me to not finish a project that I'm halfway through, so it's probably a little bit more than 40. What do you use for your action bar? Does Legion make it like that? So these action bars are Bartender. That is Bartender 4. But I'm pretty sure you can customize them like that with any action bar add-on. I'm sure Elf lets you do it as well, but Bartender 4 is what I use. This big thing, that is my Artifact Power Weak Aura. I can share that. Actually, I can't share it. I could try and find the link. Somebody might have it. Flabby might have it. But maybe I'll make a video where I dig that out. But yeah, that's a specific Weak Aura, the AP button. Hazel, how much gold do you have? Less now. I wasn't happy about it, but I dropped 120k on a WoW token to get myself another 20 for Overwatch loot boxes to try and get more skins after that last video. Because I really wanted, like, I didn't have any of the anniversary event skins that I really wanted, and I know I don't have enough time to actually play a ton of Overwatch during the event right now. Maybe I'll play some this weekend, but I know I didn't have as much time as I wanted to. And my favorite new thing is just putting Battle.net balance into it, because it's not like I paid the money, I just traded gold for it. But 120k is a high token price. I prefer to play closer to 100k, and I know the only reason why it's gone up is because of the Destiny thing, and it will probably fall back down, not completely, but closer to where it was. But, you know, the event's only up for a little bit, so I just paid the 120k, got another 24 boxes. I picked up Cyber Hanzo, so that was cool. That was one I liked. I still didn't get Mei or Lucio or Diva, and those are the three that I kind of wanted. But I used my coins to buy the Lucio, and I'm pretty close to having enough coins to buy another one, which would be either Mei or Diva. I'm actually split on the issue. I play more Diva than Mei, but I already have a skin I really like for Diva, and I really like Beekeeper Mei. So we'll see. I'm gonna play some Overwatch this weekend and try and get enough coins, because I'll need like another couple hundred coins to unlock another one. But yeah, before that, honestly, I've been buying a WoW token about once or whoopsie daisies, once or twice a month. So I don't sit on a lot of liquid gold lately, but I've been making in the realm of 150 to 250k gold every month. So if I actually stopped spending it on WoW tokens, I would probably have a couple mil gold within like a year, but gold is meant to be spent in my opinion. So say 6 check for Airborne Valkyrie, then 7. I got mine for the first time I tried this. Oh yeah, the other thing is go as soon as servers come back up after maintenance. If you are online when servers come back up, like the instant they come back up, which is usually before the advertised time. If servers are down for maintenance and you're not doing anything, I didn't do this right. I was supposed to reflect a spell. If servers are back up, or down rather, and you're not doing anything, sit it, like as soon as there's a guy actually to follow on Twitter. There's one of the server engineers that likes to drop hints when he's bringing the servers back up if it's early, and that's the way I get my first info about it. Once that tweet goes live, I'll try to remember. I think he's a cool dude to follow on Twitter. I think the name is SETEC9, I want to say. But yeah, if you follow that guy on Twitter, and he tweets that, or he like drops a hint or like a GIF or something, and it doesn't always do it, but most of the time. And then you like start madly refreshing the realm status page, and as soon as these realms start to go up, you log on the second that they're live, and then you do a fly around of all the spawn points. Because, to my knowledge, this is still true. Whenever they restart the realms, rare spawn things like the Minfernal, like the Unborn Valkyrie, like the Beastmaster Hunter Spirit Beast pets, those all spawn after a realm restart. As far as I know. So that's a really good time to fly around to all the spawn points, is right after realms come up. Like the second, as soon as you can, because you're not going to be the only one trying to do that. There will absolutely be more people fighting you for that. But it's been a long time since the Valkyrie's been out. There's not as many people fighting for them, so you have a good shot. The EU price is painful? Yeah. The EU price looks like it bites. The good news there is that if I do decide, if I'm allowed, actually, I don't know if you're allowed to make cash shop purchases in, like, I don't know if it's going to currency convert me or if I actually need to, like, somehow digitally convert some of my money into euros, but if I do manage to create an EU account and purchase one and pay for the sub fee, in order for me to give away EU pets, I can probably like buy one token and then hopefully use the gold from that token to get some decent pets for giveaway winners in the EU eventually. Don't get too excited. I have no immediate plans for that. Why don't you display your damage? It's right here. It's right here. That's details. I'm healing right now, but that's details in the bottom left-hand corner. It's kind of overwritten by tooltips a lot. When I'm actually raiding after a boss, I will move it to the front and blow it up. I don't like staring at my meter during combat because it distracts me from focusing on the things I'm supposed to be doing in order to do more damage. I found I did a lot more damage just generally and overall once I had stopped looking at my meter in the fight. Back when I used Scott, I would actually minimize it during the fight. I would actually minimize my meter during the fight and then look at it after the fact, and I found I did like 10% more damage just because I wasn't looking at my meter. So we're gonna do this one again. If you are a tank and you've already tanked for us, feel free to reapply. Otherwise, I'm gonna try and get some new people in. So I'm gonna leave. We're gonna relist. Start a group. Hazelnutty Timewalking. I like cats. Go. Oh, we got a tank. Tank. 1 DPS. If anybody wants to heal, you can join as a healer and I'll swap. Oh, we got a healer. Okay. So I will switch, which means we need, I think, 1 more DPS, then we're good to go. I'm so warmed in my little gnome heart. I'm so warmed in my little gnome heart by how quickly this fills up. I'm so happy you guys want to play with me. 1 more DPS. Shouldn't be too hard. Huh. Alright. Look at how many priests there are. Priest life. We're priest thugging out right now. Okay, so I will delist dungeon queuing as deeps. I'm assuming that I'm better off in my cleave spec. I need to actually be using... I have this trinket, and I have my PvP keybinds up right now, so I haven't actually been pressing that at all. Let my heals not fail you. I'm sure they will be just fine. I believe in you, Patrick. You got the Underlight Angler, a clue on where to get Smirky? Smirky? You mean Squirky? Squirky is available on Seabreak Isle, which is off the west coast of Asuna. The west coast of Asuna. It's a big isle. It looks like you're going to fatigue yourself getting there. You will not. Just fly there. Or swim, I guess. And you battle him as a wild pet there. You do not need the Underlight Angler to get Squirky, but it's fine. Smirky I've never heard of, and I don't know what you're talking about. If you're not looking for Squirky, then I can't help you. Be down tank if you get room. We're gonna open up the thingy every time. I think I'm gonna keep doing this for, like, even after I get my 5, because I still only have... Actually, shouldn't they have an item to give me a quest to turn in? Where's that at? Should I not have gotten an item to give me a quest to turn in for a bunch of Time Warp Seals after the first one of these that I did? Did I not turn in one before? Time walking. What's up with that? Like, you get bonus seals for your first one. Where's that? Is anybody else? Someone should make a video about how to get Squirky. You're triggering me right now. It's on my channel. Do you accept people in your guild? No. No, we do not. We absolutely do not. We're not recruiting. We're not looking for new people. And we're not. I wish there was a nice way to say that, but there just isn't. Did any of you have the same experience of... Oh, it's right there. Oh my god, I'm dumb. It's right here. The brain smoldering ember. Okay. You guys have probably been yelling that at me the whole time. Oh, I need to pay attention. This guy can blow me up. So we're gonna... Void Torrent! Ugh, that button's so much fun. I know you're just like standing here watching yourself just like wiggle at the dude for... Oh, don't get hit by that. Wiggle at the dude for a bunch of seconds. 4, but it's so much fun. It doesn't even do that much damage, although I guess I'm doing some amount of damage. I really appreciate the little circles. Those didn't used to have those circles, I don't think. I feel like that was added after the fact, and I feel like it was deeply necessary. Under the Stormwind tab and a quest log. Yeah, I was looking for like a time walking tab for some reason. That's not a thing. Has that ever been a thing? A time walking tab? This tea is really good. It's very, I expected a little bit more depth from it. It's I kind of abbreviated the name on the tea readout overlay because it had like a lot of words in it. But this is the first tea that I've ever had actually from a tea brick. Like, it's a compressed tea cake. It is a 2011 shoe from the near the Burma border in Kangwon, Sangwon. I have no Chinese accent at all, but it's from China basically. I want to say southwestern China, and it is supposed to have deep earthy notes with rich sweet fruit tones and a smoky aftertaste. And I'm getting the earthiness, and I'm getting a lot of the smoky aftertaste. It's not like as smoky as a Latsang Sushang, but it's like real smoky. But I don't get any fruit tones at all. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I need to prepare it differently. But everything else seems really good about it. I like that it's not as finicky. A lot of like the delicate green teas that I drink, if you steep them for like a second too long or you put like a gram too much tea in there, it just gets gross. And there's like a really hard to hit sweet spot. But this is easy as heck. You just like chip off a bunch of it with like this tea dirk. I got like a tea pick. It's like a tea stabber that you use to actually like chip some of the tea off of the compressed tea cake. And then you just like steep it at like near boiling. I do it at 200, but it doesn't really matter, for like 4 or 5 minutes, which is heckin' long. And then you've got some delicious tea. And if you leave it for a little long, it's okay. It's like a very forgiving thing. How did you get so much order resources, right? I have 317,000 order resources. The reason I have so many is because I get them from doing world quests. I have my follower. It's not like he's even wearing the gear. He has a trait, I believe, for my order hall research. I think the priest order hall research does this. That gives me order resources, 200 order resources every single time I complete a world quest. And I haven't been that diligent lately, but for a long time I was doing like 200 world quests a week. So I would be getting a lot of resources that way. And then, of course, some of the world quests that I do will give me order resources, because if I'm ever flying by a world quest and it's easy to do, I'm just going to do it because it gives me 75 gold no matter what it is, because I have a Potion of Triton and a Necklace of Endless Memories on my dude. It's going to be 125 gold once I finally get my gosh darn Punch of Wonder. I'm okay. Look at all these dudes. I need to move to the tank. But yeah, I get a lot of them basically from world quests, is what I'm saying. You can get even more of them. Oh, the other thing, actually, it is one of the equipment things. Because I don't have a Pouch of Wonder, instead, I have him using a Twisted Soul Shard, I think it's called. And what that does is it gives me artifact power every time I complete a world quest, which is the reason I'm wearing it, but it also gives me extra order resources every time I complete a world quest. And I don't need them, but I'll take them. There's no way I will ever run out of order resources on my priest. Have you ever drunk Arabian tea? No, I have not had Arabian tea. I'm only now starting to branch out. I drink right now mostly like 85% Chinese teas. The other 15% is Japanese teas. I've got some senchas. I've got some genmaicha. Oh, I forgot we're not done yet. And some hojicha and a little bit of soba tea, which is like buckwheat. It's not even caffeinated tea. It's just for evenings. But I only now started to branch out into other countries. I have some Korean tea that I've had for a while, and then I just got some Darjeeling because I wanted to try that out. And to be honest with you, I don't like it. I got a little tin of Darjeeling. Maybe I need to get higher quality Darjeeling, but it tastes like it's supposed to be like the wine of teas. It's supposed to have a very musky taste with like a lot of sweet complexity to it. And I got that, but I just didn't like it. I don't like wine, and maybe that's why I didn't like Darjeeling. If I'm going to drink an alcoholic beverage, I will 100% take a cider over a wine any day. I don't care how unsophisticated that makes me. You talk way too fast when you really want to explain something. Like, if I already have the words in my head, my mouth is just going to move as quickly as it needs to spit them out so I can move on to thinking about new things. If I take too long to say a thing, I'm going to forget the end of it before I've said it. It's not that I talk fast, it's that I forget things quickly, so I need to say them before they're gone from my head. I did the Archie quest this week for Wormy Tunkins and Soul Despair for 45k. Dudes, one of you, I don't know who. I do know who because they put their name in the note and I made a copy of it, but I don't remember the name off the top of my head right now. But somebody was an absolute sweetheart and sent me a Wormy Tunkins because I didn't have one yet, and I'd been like watching for the archaeology quest, but not very closely, and I hadn't gone and gotten him, and somebody mailed one to me, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't have that one yet, and it was leveled. They leveled a Wormy Tunkins for me. It was so sweet. So I have that one now. And I am extremely happy because now I don't have to go keeping an eye on that, but that meant a lot to me because, as you said, you can sell this for like 45k. Somebody just gave me one because they're real nice. Green tea and mint perfection. Yeah, they call that, I mean, I'm sure they call it a lot of things, but there's a specific blend of tea called Moroccan mint tea, which is specifically green tea with mint. And that one's really refreshing, but typically if I'm drinking a mint tea, I want it to have 0 caffeine and not even like a little bit because I'm drinking it in the evening. So I actually just got some organic peppermint tea to have in at night. Cider is dope, right? We have, I'm like not in Portland, but I'm not far from Portland. It doesn't take me longer than like a couple hours to drive to it. And in Portland, there's a really huge beer scene, and I have a couple friends that are really into the fancy brews, the microbreweries, and the dark beers, and beers aged in casks that used to store a certain type of fruit and then stored a different type of fruit, and then they were held over a virgin's head for 26 days. Like, really fancy, strange beers. And it's mostly a beer scene here in Portland, but there is also a growing cider scene. And I, like, whenever I go visit one of these friends that's, like, super into the beer, they always have a new beer to try, or if they come over, they're always going to bring some. And I am open-minded. I will try every single one they bring out, and I can appreciate that there's a lot of really complex differences between them. And it's cool, but every time I'm like, this is beer, I don't like it. It's gross. I mean, it's not gross, but it's just not to my taste. But cider I can get on board with, and there's a very good growing cider scene in Portland, and I love it. There's so many brands of local cideries. I have no idea what you call a place that makes cider, but they have some really good stuff. There's, what's it called? Two Towns Orchards? Is that a thing? Two Town ciders? I don't know how micro they are, but they have one called the Naughty and Nice that they make available sometimes. I think it's a seasonal one, and it's like a spiced apple cider. So it's like an apple cider, but it's also got like cinnamon and I think some other, it's like just a little bit sour, but like really spicy, and it's great. It's probably my favorite one. What time is it, Hazel? 4:07. You can always see the time in Hazelland by checking my in-game clock because it matches my local time. Do you like the ciders that taste like a flower? I think they're interesting. I prefer the fruity ones, but I do enjoy like a refreshing elderflower cider from now and then. But if you gave me a choice, I would probably pick a fruitier one. You in or near Vancouver? I'm from BC, Canada as well. I've been to Vancouver a couple times. We're not that close, and I haven't been there that many times. But I do remember we were driving there for a movie once because they had a Cinetopia in Vancouver, and we wanted to go to that because it was like a fancy theater that had fancy theater stuff going on. And my dude was like, okay, we're actually heading to Vancouver for this theater. I'm like, excuse me? Vancouver is real far, man. I did not agree to a 6-hour drive to a movie. And he's like, no, Vancouver, Washington. I'm like, what? There's a Vancouver, Washington? And I've been to Vancouver, Washington, and it wishes it was Vancouver, Canada. It's fine, but it probably wishes it had a different name so people wouldn't compare it because it is so not the same thing. You would love to come to Sweden because we have some really nice ciders? Dude, I would love to visit so many places in Europe. I have never been off North America, and there's so many cool places in the world that I want to go to. But I'm going to be real embarrassed not speaking the languages, and I don't have a smart enough brain to learn all the languages. Like, I want to go visit Korea. I want to visit Jeju Island in Korea. Looks like it's got some really beautiful parks, and I want to visit, there's some different places in Europe, and one day, which usually means never, but I believe I could eventually travel. I still haven't been on my honeymoon. When I moved here and got married, we didn't have we had to get married very quickly because that was the terms of my immigration visa. With the K-1 immigration visa, you need to get married within 90 days of entering the country, which is not a lot of time to plan a wedding. So we had a beautiful but somewhat rushed wedding, and because it was beautiful and somewhat rushed, we didn't really have a lot of extra money to go on a honeymoon, especially because immigrating is real expensive. It is very expensive to immigrate. You would think that you just get married and you can come, but there's a lot of money involved. So we didn't have any money for a honeymoon. We're like, well, we'll go on one once we're settled, and the important thing is that we love each other and that I live here now, so we don't have to be long distance anymore, because long distance sucks. And we've been married for 3 years now. I had my 3-year anniversary a week or two ago. Have not gone on the honeymoon yet, so maybe we'll save up some money and I'll drag him to Sweden or Korea with me. We'll see. I feel like people come to talk about tea more than WoW. We talk about whatever we feel like talking about. I would say there are no rules. There are totally rules. There are things that we cannot talk about, but that's just because we're civilized people. Hey there, Hazel. Sup, Kurt? Simon and Martina make the best Korea travel videos. I should look into that. I don't watch a whole lot of Korean... I don't actually watch any travel videos. The things I watch on YouTube. I've lately started watching YouTube instead of Twitch because I have, like, set periods of time where I know I am free. If I start watching Twitch, I'm going to keep watching it for way too long and be really distracted and not get enough done. But I can say I have a 15-minute break here, or my video is going to be rendering for another 20 minutes on my computer. I can go into the other room on my laptop so that I'm not, like, disturbing my computer rendering, and watch a 20-minute video on YouTube. So I go do that. And the things that I watch on YouTube. One, press hard to continue, Dodger. I love her. I've loved her forever. She does a series called Box Talk where she opens up subscription boxes And it's a different one every time, and she like does a review of them with her fiance Sam, and they are so funny. I love those videos. I get so excited when they release one of them. So I watch Box Talk. There's a dude named Savix, and he makes WoW videos. He makes like WoW PvP videos that are like the meme lords of videos. They're really funny. I have him actually. I put both Dodger and Savix as links in the sidebar of my channel because that's just who I watch. So I watch his videos whenever they come out because his editing is just killer hilarious, and he's just a funny dude. I like his streams as well, but I don't have time to watch them anymore because, again, I wasn't getting anything done. So I watch Savix, I watch Press Start to Continue, and then, this is kind of embarrassing, but whatever, I'm an adult, I can live my life. I watch a lot of K-pop stuff. Whenever a new K-pop release comes out, I always check out the new stuff, and then if I like it, I'll add it to my ultimate K-pop playlist, and then I play that while I'm working. So whenever there's new stuff from, like, my favorites, or from new people I just want to check out, I'll watch that. Oh, and I also watch K-pop reaction videos to see what other people think, specifically the JRE KML K-pop reaction videos. I think they're great. I think they're really funny. So that's what I watch on YouTube. Find a group, start a group. We're doing this again. Oh man, speaking of K-pop, a group just debuted like 4 days ago. Brand new group. Really young looking dudes, but that's true of any new Korean group. They start them really young. But brand new group. There's 5 of them. And they're under a completely new company, so it's kind of astonishing that they're getting so much traction this early. But they've released 1 song so far. They used to do a lot of covers, and their covers were very good. They did both dance covers and song covers, and they seem like talented kids. Or dudes, I guess. Some of them are my age. So I need a healer. Actually, I could be a healer. Oh, we got a healer. Okay. So I don't have a healer. We need 1 more DPS? Is that right? 1 more DPS. Okay. But this song, I put it on. I listened to their first song, and it's like 2003 era, like techno hardstyle beat. I didn't know that I wanted that in a Korean group, but oh my god, it was amazing. I've had it on repeat ever since. The group is called Ace, and the song is called Cactus, and I thought it was great. They're awesome. Okay, we are good. We're good. D-list. I thought I invited enough people. Let's go. Dungeon, time walking. So I'm DPSing, so I can shrink those frames down a little bit. Interface rate. There we go. Create a K-pop gnome group. What on earth is a K-pop gnome group? The K-pop playlist is unlisted. If I made it public, then it would appear on my channel page, and I don't want to put people through that if they're like against K-pop. But if you go to my Twitch page, and then you go to the description and the info, under the About Me section, there is a link there. There's an embedded link to my Ultimate K-pop playlist there, and that's where you can find out what I've been listening to. It is automatically sorted in dates from newest releases, so if you start at the top, you'll come out with the stuff that's just come out a few days ago, and you can kind of go back in time through the K-pop releases that I have enjoyed enough to add to my playlist. My husband ate it so fast, I'm not sure he even tasted it. Oh, spicy Korean-style chicken for dinner from Blue Apron. Oh, nice! That's the thing, that's the problem I'm going to have if I ever go visit Korea, is that from what I understand, Korean food, especially, like, Korean food that you eat, like, at a restaurant, and not just to not starve to death in the winter, Korean food seems to be very meat-centric. A lot of beef, a lot of pork, some amount of poultry, and I don't eat any of that. I'm a pescatarian. I eat fish and seafood, but I do not eat poultry, beef, pork, bugs, lizards. You know, I don't eat any of that. My reasons for that are, honestly, I've gone through a lot of different reasons in my lifetime. I've kind of settled on I don't want to, but I've been a pescatarian for 16 years. I've been a pescatarian for 16 years. I made the decision to stop eating meat when I was 8 years old. My parents let me do it because they thought I would grow out of it, and then I never did. And I have no intentions of changing now. So I feel like if I visited Korea, between the language barrier and the fact that a lot of their food contains meat, I think it would be hard for me to find things that I can eat, and that sucks. But I might have an easier time in Japan. I might be able to, like, seafood is cool. I will eat seafood all day, and I will try different things as long as they are things that I eat that are not meat, basically. So as long as I could find enough seafood stuff to eat, I'd probably be okay. Korean pop music, yeah. Yeah, Korean pop music. It's like a whole thing. The things that I like about it are they always have dance routines to go with the songs, almost always. So you get this really cool choreography to watch. Their costumes and everything, well, costumes, their like outfits, their styling or whatever is hilarious. They have the most ridiculous stylings for that kind of thing. And it comes out more frequently. Like, they do smaller, like, they release, usually a group will release 1 or 2 music videos, and they'll do that, like, between 1 and 3 times a year, whereas with a Western group, if I'm like a really big fan of like, say, The Weeknd, I'll get an album like every, 2 years, 3 years, and he's a fairly prolific artist. Most people, you're waiting a long time between releases, but with K-pop, there's always something new going on, so I kind of like that. I like catching up with the new music videos and seeing what crazy things somebody's done, and they cover a lot of different music styles too. I also like watching K-dramas, and that's just because they're ridiculous. They're so funny. They're so funny. They have the most over-the-top plot lines and acting. I'm sure I'm watching the more over-the-top ones on purpose because I like them. But they do things that you just don't see on Western TV because people, I guess, have... I don't know. Humor... the humor just gets to me. It's so funny. I finally get to watch you live set. TM Kata. Japan is amazing. I would like to go to Japan. I think more likely for a trip is I might visit Hawaii one day, maybe for a honeymoon, just because my husband has a lot of history with Hawaii, and I feel like he would have some places to show me. Why are we? We don't need to kill that one. Whoops daisies. Like I have my own inbuilt tour guide for Hawaii, whereas all the other places I would be completely on my own for that. I would have to figure out where to go myself. I used to live in Minnesota, and people thought it was so cool to eat lutefisk. Jokes on them. I don't know what lutefisk is. Japan is so much fun. Japan would be cool. I like a lot of Japanese food. And I think it's easier to find. Like obviously Japanese food still includes poultry and beef and pork and whatever, but it's not in as many things. I think. Anyways, I could be wrong about that. My favorite Asian band is Baby Metal. Yeah, Baby Metal's hilarious. I don't actively listen to them, but I appreciate what they're doing. Lutefisk is amazing. Maybe you need to be Norse to like it. I find a lot of things that have very distinctive flavor profiles. It helps a lot if you grew up with them. A lot of things that people eat that are deeply ingrained in their cultures, if you feed them to somebody of a different culture, they'll be like, oh my god, why do you eat this? Because they didn't have it when they were young and kind of grew up with that being a normal flavor profile. But I also know that that's something that, for the most part, depending on what it is, you can kind of work around, and you can not train yourself, but you can kind of grow as a person to be more open-minded about what you eat, and eventually accept more different types of taste. So glad finals are over. I was missing your streams. It feels like Friday again. Finally. Sup, Lord Fuzzinator? I'm from Norway, and lutefisk is a tradition for us to eat on Christmas. Okay, but what is it? What is it? Japanese will accommodate vegetarian preferences most of the time? Aw, that's nice. If I ever did visit an Asian country, I would want to make sure that before I left, I spent a couple, hopefully I would know that I'm going, at least 6 months to a year beforehand, and take at least a little bit of time every day. Not a lot of time, because who has time? But at least, 20 minutes to an hour every day, with, an app like Duolingo, or I think Memrise is another one, just, a couple of language learning things. I don't need to learn the language, but I would like to have a basic understanding and grasp of basic phrases that you would need to get around. I'm sure that they would laugh at me horrendously for having a really horrible accent, because, I'm sure Canadian-speaking Korean sounds ridiculous, but I feel like somebody's got to appreciate the effort. Right? Like if somebody comes to Canada or America, and they're very clearly foreign, but they have made the effort to learn English and try and speak English with me, I'm not going to make fun of their accent. That's a mean thing to do. I'm going to be really impressed that they speak 2 languages, which is more than I know how to speak. So I feel like it'd be okay. Cod laying in acid for months, getting all tender and mushy. Okay, so it's like pickled cod. Which class is a lot of AoE damage and good movement speed? AoE damage, movement speed. My first instinct there is elemental shamans. You have ghost wolf form to get around, and elemental shamans have great AoE damage. That may not be the best one. Rogues are another good one. Rogues go fast, and they have some cleave, and then they have more cleave. So rogues if you want melee, Ellie Shaman if you want ranged, and I'm probably forgetting something, but those are the 2 that come to me off the top of my head. Demon Hunter, it's nothing like pickled. Okay. I don't understand that. It sounds scary. Mushy fish sounds scary to me. I'm sure it would be okay. Maybe it wouldn't be. Maybe I wouldn't like it, but mushy fish sounds scary. Demon Hunter. Oh yeah, Demon Hunter. Duh. Demon Hunters for sure. They're very fast and they do crazy AoE damage. Also, I think Demon Hunters are very easy to pick up from a perspective of somebody new to the class. They don't have all that many buttons. I love this cup. It's got a lotus flower on it, and it's it's a good sized big cup, and it's shiny, and it's stoneware, but it's very thin stoneware, so it isn't sometimes the thicker stoneware cups that I have will kind of sap all of the heat out of the tea and make it cold a little bit too quickly, and then if I go too long between my cups of tea, that heat gets lost and I have to do it all over again. But this one is thin stoneware, so it cools the tea down a little bit, but not so fast. It holds a lot of it. This is my favorite cup for breakfast tea. I've been enjoying like Golden Union black teas out of this cup in the morning for breakfast lately. Finally caught a stream. Yay, sup, Jonathan? LA shamans do not have great boss DPS. Aw, shucks. That sucks. England has lots of tourists and rain. I feel like I would not be at home in. Obviously, if I'm going on vacation somewhere, I would prefer that it doesn't rain the whole time. But I come from Vancouver Island, which is very rainy. It is, I don't know if it's as rainy as England, but it's real rainy up there. Similar, it's very close to Washington. It's like if you think of Seattle raininess, you have a good idea of what it's like on Vancouver Island, except Vancouver Island gets very windy because it's an island. You get a lot of ocean wind, especially because I lived quite close to the coast. So, wow, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, England, yeah. England would be fun. England is one of the places, like the two places, you know how white people get where they're all like, oh, I'm Irish and Scandinavian, but their family has been in America or Canada for like 5 generations now. People can identify with whatever they want to identify with, and that's none of my business, but I personally have a hard time identifying very strongly with any of the European places I get my ethnicity from, because they all kind of blend together at some point. But the two countries that I would try to have the most connection with if I ever visited, I think my lineage is a lot English, like a lot. I'm probably over half English, not like second generation. I think my great-grandparents were directly British. And then one of my grandparents was Ukrainian, which is probably where I get my face from. And then I think one of my grandparents is French Canadian, so there's a French connection there. But for the most part, a lot of England in me, and there's like my whole tea fixation. So I feel like I might connect to England a little bit. I obviously don't think I'm British, but I think it'd be fun to visit and like try and like find all the things that my grandparents do on holidays. Like we do lots of Yorkshire puddings, and I'm sure there's other traditions that I haven't really recognized specifically as British, but that might have a British origin. Seattle is amazing. Seattle's cool. I've been to Seattle a couple times. It's not my favorite city just because I am in love with Portland. I love Portland. But Seattle seemed like people were like a little bit more serious in Seattle, which I'm sure a lot of people would like. Portland is just ridiculous. Portland is the silliest place. But yeah, Seattle's nice. Seattle's like, it's hard for Seattle to impress me because it's like right in between Victoria, which is like my home city that I love to bits. If Victoria was an affordable place to live, I would totally live there, but it's not. It's so expensive to live in Victoria or Vancouver. And then Portland, which is where I'm closer to now, is just the goofiest, kookiest place in the world, and I love it. Thanks, Golden Creeper. $2 through Super Chat. What other games do you play besides WoW, if any? Mostly Blizzard games, honestly. I will play Hearthstone. I usually play 1 or 2 rounds of Hearthstone every morning while I'm having my breakfast. I play Overwatch whenever I have time with my friends, often while drinking. I love me some Overwatch. Casually, I'm not very good, but I love Overwatch. And then, I only play Diablo when my friends make me for seasons. I don't like playing Diablo. It's too hard on my hands. There's too much clicking in Diablo. But yeah, Hearthstone and Overwatch. And then for non-Blizzard games, the ones that I have the most time with are Don't Starve for like a single player game, although there is Don't Starve Together. Now, Don't Starve is really fun. Super cheap. It's available on Steam, and that's like a survival game, and I love that one. And then for RPGs, Dark Souls for sure. All the Dark Souls series, including Bloodborne. So Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, and Bloodborne. I have played all of those. I love them. I have the most hours in Dark Souls 2. I have, I think, 150-something hours in Dark Souls 2. I came this close to finishing my SL1 run of Dark Souls 2. I couldn't get past... I got real stuck on the twin bosses at the end. I would have been fine on the last boss, but the twin bosses, Watcher Defender, I think they're called, messed me up in my SL1 run. Which is, if you've never played Dark Souls, an SL1 run is soul level 1. It means that you try and finish the game without leveling. So Dark Souls is reasonably tough. It's not hard. Oh gosh! Thanks, Greg Drudy. I don't know what that is, though. Greg Drudy donated 20-something. I have never heard of that currency, but thank you so much. Can anybody help me out? What is DKK? I can't even guess. But yeah, I didn't quite finish my SL1 run of Dark Souls 2, but basically you're trying to finish the game without leveling, so you get one shot by everything, so you gotta be really good at learning the boss fights and the trash locations so that you don't get hit by anything, because if you get hit, you'll die. So yeah, Dark Souls. Oh, and then the other one is the only other MMO that has ever gotten any attention from me other than WoW is Black Desert Online, because Black Desert Online... Oh, Danish Krone, thank you! I had no idea. Thank you, guys. Obviously, Dan, yeah, I didn't get that. It's about $3 or $4, so thanks! Thanks, Greg. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, but yeah, Black Desert is just such, like... A lot of MMOs, the reason why I don't like most MMOs is that they're trying to be WoW. And I already have WoW. I like WoW. I have no reason to quit WoW. And I never really have. If I ever don't want to play WoW, it's because I don't want to be playing that type of MMO. It's because I don't have time for it, basically. Those are the only times I've ever really gotten away from WoW, is when I just didn't have time in my life for it. So if I'm going to play another MMO, I need to be very distinctly not WoW. And Black Desert Online is an experience that is completely its own. It is incredibly in-depth. You could lose your entire life in there. And the thing that really got me about Black Desert Online is that you can level and play the game entirely in life skills. So whereas WoW has like crafting, whatever, there's trade skills in WoW, they're just kind of like an augmentation to the regular game. In Black Desert Online, if you don't want to, you don't have to really do combat after the first like 10 levels. You can go and say, I'm going to be a fisherman. I'm going to plant a farm. I'm going to raise horses and sell them. I am going to collect flowers and make potions. I'm going to craft tables for people's houses. You can get into all sorts of different things. And oh god, oops. I was talking, not paying attention. Oh, I got battle res. Oh, all right, I won't do that again. I promise. I will not fail you again, Sensei. You can get into all different things, and they give you experience, so you can level completely through that, never touch combat, and still feel like you're playing the entire game, because the way that the trade route and node system works, the way the mounts work, everything just seems so amazingly in-depth and realistic to me that I never felt a need to do combat. The combat's great, don't get me wrong. The combat's really cool. But you don't need to do it. And that whenever I play Black Desert Online, I do nothing but fish and farm and do the other stuff. So that's what I really like about BDO. Thanks for the Euro, Jonathan Turner. And I feel like, did I miss another one? No, I didn't. I owe her a lot. I used her guide and a few other guides to make over 50 million gold. Oh, you did so good! Made me hungry for Goblin Culture after I'd PvE'd for 10 years. Isn't Goblin Culture fun? I need to actually try a little harder. I've been very passive about making gold lately. I have been selling things that I get from my transmog runs and that I pick up doing world quests, but I haven't actually been flipping stuff lately. I've been selling off my inventory of battle pets that I picked up to flip, but I haven't been actively flipping stuff because I've been lazy. And I need to, one, start building up some capital and reinvesting to like make my gold make me more gold. Oh gosh, thanks for the $1 Felgrand. You guys are too much. You guys are so too much. This is actually super helpful because it gets added on right to my ad revenue, and you would be very surprised at how many views it takes to actually add up to like $1. So that's super helpful. Thank you so much. I'm gonna list the group again. Actually, how many things are we at? Let me take a real quick break to go turn in the thing to find out how close I am to my 2200. So I need to go to Stormwind. What was I saying? We finished talking about BDO. I was talking about. Oh my god. Goodness gracious golly gee. My boyfriend and I watch every single video put out and swear by any guide or video you produce. Use this however you need. Buy some tea or food if you like. Thank you so much, Daniel. Oh my god. Thank you so much for the $100 donation. I will, as much as I would love to spend $100 on tea, I will absolutely put that into savings right now because, again, the Hazelnutty House stream. I get the Hazelnutty House, and then I can have a spot in my Hazelnutty House to amass tea, but oh my goodness, that is so generous. I love your stream. Can I get a shout out, please? What's up, Freaky Freeze? Oh, I meant to send a message with that. I haven't been able to get guides to work because my realm is super unstable. Oh, for markets? Yeah, that's a real risk. If you're on a low pop realm, it can be very difficult to make gold. Oh yeah, gold making. That was what I was talking about. I need to do some profession making gold. So I dropped tailoring. I had all my groups and stuff made up for tailoring crafting in TSM, and that was good. But I had to drop tailoring because I wanted alchemy because I really, really badly wanted the double flash duration. So now I have alchemy and enchanting. And I think that between the two of those, like if I open up alchemy right now, and I say I want to see the TSM version of this, sort by profit. Sort by profit. I guess you can sort by profit. Apparently ancient rejuvenation potions. I do not believe that for a second. Nobody wants ancient rejuvenation potions. Sylvan elixirs. Sylvan elixirs. Transform into a tree. Okay, so apparently you can make profit on Sylvan elixirs. You probably would need, it would take some time to sell that because I'm sure there's not that many people that actually want to turn into a tree, but if they did, they're going to pay an extra, some profit for it. But there's things that, actually I have no recipes here because like I said, I just picked up alchemy. My enchanting's probably a better one, but I need to get those set up, and it's very easy to do. You can pretty much automate it, but I need to do some crafting for money because there's no good reason why not to. Okay, so the Smoldering Ember goes all the way out here. Twilight's Hammer sucks for gold making. Twilight's Hammer. Oh, it's a realm. For a second, I thought you meant like the group in game, and I'm like, are you farming Twilight's Hammer mobs? That's probably not the best way to go about it. I will have to leave soon, but I will watch the rest of the morning. Thanks for being my favorite WoW YouTuber. Thanks for coming, Jonathan. Potions of prolonged power. That's a good idea. The thing with prolonged power though is you want to weigh that against the money that you would make, against the gold that you would make by turning in that blood for whatever sells the most on your realm. So if you, and TSM is the best way to do this because you can mouse over the things on the blood vendor and find out how much they sell for. But I will spend a blood and I will get 10, usually it's foxflower. And I do that whenever they go for like 15, 16 gold a piece. So that's 100 and, is it 10? Yeah. 10 foxflower, 16 gold a piece. So 160 gold per blood. So if a potion of prolonged power is going for less than 16 gold, like right now, oh, there's 25 gold. Oh gosh, I've been doing this wrong. I've been doing this all wrong. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Whoops. Wow, my math explanation just fell right apart there. I'm scared. What is this? Said Philip Jansen. Smoldering Ember. All right, 500 time warp badges. Whoa! If I was smart, I would be doing this on 2 characters so that I could get that 500 bonus every time and then get like a mount or something, but I really just want the pet. So we need another 105. I'm probably not going to get that on stream because we only have another half hour, but I'm going to keep going for as long as I can. Plus, I'm getting some artifact power. I'm actually really close to another point. I'm another 50 mil away from another point, and I'm getting about 1 mil per token, so it's going to take a long time. Baggers, you already came! I'll invite you if we get stuck for somebody, but I want to give other people that haven't been through a chance to get in here. So we've got a healer, we got a DPS, 1 more DPS. Okay. So that should be everybody. As soon as they all join, we can delist. Raid, dungeon, time walking. It is a WoW live stream. Yeah, I'm playing WoW. I'm talking to you guys live. We're hanging out and having fun. We do this every Friday. Every Friday from 3 to 5. There's also another stream that I do twice a month now, where I bake stuff on stream. That's a whole different thing. Hazel, you're my favorite streamer. Thank you for being so much fun to watch. Thanks for coming, Space Whale. Also, thanks for having a dope name. The Ember is bugged currently to drop multiple times. You've gotten it from running a time walking every day. Oh! You think they're gonna roll that back? You think that they're gonna penalize people for... Like, that's not a thing. That's not an exploit. Like, running time walking every day is not an exploit. But I could see them taking... I don't know. I should probably give it a go. They're not gonna ban you for it. The next pet that I'm aiming for currently... I'm trying for the Hateful Eye. So I have my Warlock at level 105. I have the Ritual of Doom researched on her. So what I do is every morning about 8 o'clock... I log on to my Warlock, I make a group or join one for the Ritual of Doom thing, get 2 other Warlocks in there, summon a boss, kill him, and watch somebody else get the Hateful Eye while I don't get it, because I haven't gotten it yet. I have done this, I think, about 20 times now. I have had that lock doing that for a while. I have not seen it yet. I think I'm getting quite unlucky, but it'll happen for me eventually. Eventually I will get it. So that's the next one I'm, like, focusing on. I'm also very, very, very passively working on getting my Brewmaster Monk through her campaign stuff, because I believe at some point in the Brewmaster campaign you get a Cub of Banfu, or Banfu Cub of Banlu. Either that's gotta happen either... It might be near the class mount stage of it, so it may not actually be available yet. I might have to do the entire Legion campaign, but we'll see. After that, probably the Rogue one, also at some point I'm gonna do, and maybe on stream actually. Maybe on stream, actually on stream is a really good idea. Maybe on the next stream, I'm going to try and find a guild, and hopefully you guys can help me with this. Try and find a guild on NA, any server, but on NA, that has access to the Deathwatch Hatchling pet. Convince them to let me join in a level 1 character. Level that character until I have enough rep, and hopefully create some gold to buy the pet, and then buy it. And then I will never play that character again, so I don't want to like get their hopes up that I'm going to be in that guild actively forever. But I just need to do that long enough to get that pet, because I don't have a Deathwatch Hatchling, and that is the best way to do it, is to create a character on a realm that has a guild that has it, convince them to let you in, grind the rep to buy it, and then buy it. And I need to do that. So maybe on stream, so that hopefully one of you can help me find a guild, or maybe one of you has a guild that you can invite me to help me get that. So that's next. Maybe I'll do that next week on stream. I'll try and remember that. Actually, I'm going to make a note. Where's my notebook? Ah! I dropped my pen. I'm going to try and keep doing damage while I do this. Deathwatch Hatchling stream next Friday. Also, I need to sort out the cat cam. Because my cat's asleep and she's not on cat cam. I can't figure out how to make my two webcams play nicely. It's so infuriating because they both do it on Mac, and Mac is supposed to be the platform where it's annoying to make stuff work. They both do it perfectly well on my MacBook for the baking stream, but they don't work on the live stream. I think it's just Windows just has a hissy fit whenever you try and make two Logitech webcams work at the same time. I have a piece of software I downloaded to try and fix that issue that I just haven't tried yet. I've been so busy, but it's on the list. It's on the list. So I was gonna do Deathwatch Hatchling, because then the stream would basically be after I like find the character and get into the guild. The stream would be me leveling and trying to get rep. Deathwatch Hatchling. I am a pro low leveler. I have all the heirlooms. I got the chauffeur mount. I have the that's it. I have the heirlooms and I have the chauffeur mount, but it works real good. When you do time walking dungeons, do mounts drop off of bosses still? Yes. So somebody could theoretically get the Vitreous Stone Drake. They would be lucky to have me in the group because I wouldn't fight them for it. I think it's personal loot. It would be personal loot, but I don't need it. So if it drops for me, I can give it to one of you guys. So yeah, they can still drop their mounts, and they also have the chance to drop the Infinite Time River mount. So you can definitely spam this to try and get mounts. I was hoping we would see an Infinite Time River drop for at least somebody on one of these time walking streams, because on these time walking streams, we run time walking for like the entire time, you know? So you'd think that between the 5 of us for like 2 hours, multiple times, like every time an event comes up, you'd think that we would have seen one drop. Not for me necessarily, but just in general, but no luck. You have it too? Oh, sweet. So only if it does drop, then the other people that don't already have it could roll for it, I guess. If it comes from me anyways, because I can trade it. Don't forget the Guild Tabard rep bonus. Yes, you're absolutely correct. Guild Tabard rep bonus. It's a good idea. All right, well, I didn't drop for me. Ogtheldrin got some deep delving gloves. No mount for anybody. This is a really easy mount to farm though. If you want the Vitreous Stone Drake, it is very easy to farm, and it is, okay, I shouldn't say very easy. It's gonna take you some time. Don't get too excited. But it's not too hard to farm, and it makes you gold. I made a lot of gold farming this because people still buy Ember Silk Cloth. Not during time walking event, mind you. So like right now, it's going for 1 gold a piece. Typically, I think it goes for up to 3 gold a piece on my server when it's not, like right now the market's flooded because everybody gets it because they're all doing time walking. But when it's not Cata time walking, Ember Silk Cloth sells pretty well, or you can actually craft the bags directly. And you get a lot of it from just running up to that second boss and resetting. And because you can reset an instance 10 times an hour now, you can pretty much just book it through here, in and out, and in and out, and in and out, for a long time. And with the Bear Tartar food, it's going to be even faster. So just, like, whenever you feel like farming, and again, when I used to farm mounts from instances, I would do 1 10-run set every time I logged in until it wouldn't let me in anymore, and then I'd go do something else. And then when I was ready to log out, I would do another 10-run set. And doing that, I got it within, I think, a week. So it's just about adding it to your schedule so you do it every day. And that's how you get results in, like, anything in life I've found. Pretty much everything can be accomplished if you take 1 step, or, I mean, as many steps as you feel like doing, but at least 1 step every day. It will eventually add up to you getting the thing that you want in your life. But yeah, that Drake made me a lot of gold while I was farming for it, and then it finally dropped, and it was cool. It did take me a long time. I think it's got a 1 in 100 drop rate, and I think I had to run this dungeon 440 times, 460 times? Almost 500 times to get the darn thing. It didn't want to happen for me, but I made some gold, so it was fine. You got in your second run? Oh man, Angela. That's luck. Luck. Bear speed food, I can clear to the man boss in less than 2 minutes. Bear speed food is the best thing they added in Legion. That is my favorite thing that they added to WoW in Legion. Forget artifact weapons, forget the Underlight Angler, forget class mounts. That Bear Tartar is just popping. That is great. Alright, this time I'm going to remember to reflect a dot off of Ozruk so that it breaks. So that it breaks the stun. So if you've never done this, you're doing this for time walk, you don't know how to not get perma-stunned. When he puts up his Elementium Bulwark, you want to put a dot on him to reflect that dot on yourself to break the stun. Kind of like you do with the Maiden of Pain. So right now, I'm going to throw up a Shadow of Pain. You see I have one on me now. And that's going to... I'm going to do it... Oh, yeah, so I have 16 seconds left. If you're a healer, please do not dispel that because it will ruin everybody's life. But see, now I'm out of that stun. Same thing as Maiden in Karazhan, if you've been running that since Legion came out. Same thing. You just pick up a dot, except this one you reflect onto yourself. It's not the only dungeon that's ever had that mechanic, but that's how you do it. Hellfire, where is it? Huh? Love your vids, Hazel. Keep them up. Thanks, Gravia. Hey, Hazel. Hi, Ellie. Once there was an ogre named David. He loved to eat mangoes. One day when David was eating, Stephen the bully slapped him and said the mangoes suck. Now David eats the faces of ogres that mock him. Yo, if you like eating mangoes, you eat mangoes. Unless you're allergic to mangoes, in which case you should probably lay off the mangoes. Will it offend you guys if I tell you I don't like mangoes? They're fine. But, like, when you smell a mango, it smells like the best thing. It smells like a citrus fruit that's not acidic. It smells like an orange that's not sour. It smells like a happy summer fruit. And you're like, oh, yeah, mangoes. But to me, once I eat it, I'm like, really? This is what you were trying to get me to eat? This does not taste really like food. Something about mangoes just doesn't click in my brain. I don't like them. I would rather eat almost any other fruit. Don't get me wrong, I don't dislike them. I'm not going to pick them out of, like, my dessert or turn them down if somebody offers me some mangoes. But, I can go either way. Hello, new to your channel. Sup, Kelly? How are you? Mangoes are way too sweet. Are they? Maybe I expected them to be sweeter, or maybe they are too sweet. My favorite fruit is peaches. Peaches all the way. That's the thing, is it probably, like, I look at a mango and I wish it was a peach. Peaches are so good. I will have peach flavored anything. Actually, that's probably not true. There's probably something you could put peach flavor in that would be really weird, but man, I love fresh peaches, peach flavored stuff, all of it delicious. Peach bubble tea. Whenever I get bubble tea, I don't get it every time because I like trying out all the different types of bubble tea because there's so many different types of bubble tea, but peach bubble tea is one of my favorites. Mangoes in Africa are amazing. Yeah, maybe I'm just having imported mangoes. Maybe if I like went and had a fresh mango in a place that grows mangoes, maybe that would be the dream. But so far. Private server, no. Live servers, live North American servers. I shouldn't have slapped the mango from David. Now I'm missing a portion of my face. Yeah, I mean, hindsight, man. You're not feeling so well, so I'm not online to do some farming. You do whatever you got to do to feel better. That happens. That comes for all of us. My favorite thing to do when I'm just feeling really bad, like sick, or just not like doing anything, is I just like flopping, like I go flop down on my bed or on the couch, but usually bed, and my cat will come and she'll snuggle up right against my tummy and sleep, and then I'll oh my god, I got an appearance. I got a darkling staff. Wow, that's not that exciting. My cat will come up and snuggle me, and then I like pull out my tablet and I like look at a book, or usually a book, and I just read with my cat in bed with me, and that always makes me feel better. If I really feel awful, I'll put on a really goofy K-drama or like an episode of Friends on the tablet and then watch that in bed. But a book usually does it for me. Peach flavored dog food. That would probably be gross. As somebody that has watched Savix's vlog where he tried to eat dog food because God knows why, I can confirm I do not have any desire to ever eat dog food, and you could put all the peaches in the world and I still wouldn't eat it. My dog likes it. I used to really hate the smell of dog food. I used to really not like the smell of dog food. Like, it used to make me really sick and I wouldn't be able to eat for like an hour after smelling it. But as somebody that has had dogs for almost my entire life, I got over that. And I have to sit with my dog when he eats in the morning because the cat tries to eat the dog food. She loves dog food and she would love to eat it, and she likes to take it from him. She doesn't like hit him. She doesn't really swat him very often. She doesn't swat him away from the dog food, but what she does is she walks up to him real slow and just looks at him and just stares at him. So we need either one more healer or a DPS. So I'll give a second for a healer to apply, and if not, then I'll take a DPS and just heal. You know what? I'm just going to take a DPS and I'll heal. I'll heal. Looking for a tank and then we can go. No item level requirement. Honestly, no level requirement either, aside from being 86 or higher. It scales you, so item level's not a big deal here. Whenever we do raids, we'll do item level requirements because I do not trust myself to lead a raid of people that do not overgear the content. But I will totally... Oh crap, leaf cube. Sorry. I'm healing. I said I would heal. Yeah. Any chance for Horde tunes? No. Sorry. I'm grinding Time Warp badges on my I'm grinding Time Warp badges to try and get a Paradox Spear. I actually only need another 70 of them. So, Alliance only. For the last 15 minutes, do pit battle? But I'm so close to having all the badges that I need. Oh no, not Throne of Tides. Okay. Hopefully this does not bug on us the same way it did last time. My cookbook came in from Bliss today and I'm so excited to make some yummy stuff. Oh dude, Allie! I'm so happy for you. The cookbook is great. You have to make, okay, so if you like salmon, you have to make the firecracker salmon. If you don't like fish, that's fine. But if you like salmon, you have to make the firecracker salmon. It is so easy to make. I'm healing, whoops. It is so easy to make. It is so good. And is really fast. Like, you put a bunch of stuff in a bag, And that takes like 5 minutes to put a bunch of stuff in a bag. You measure it out, you stick it in a bag. You put it in your fridge overnight. And then when you're ready to have dinner, you put it on a pan and you broil it for like 6 minutes. And then it's ready. Like, it's going to take you way longer to have whatever else you want to serve with the salmon. Usually I do either like rice and veggies or garlic bread and veggies are the two things that I like to do with it. Because I don't like spending a lot of time to make dinner. But the firecracker salmon is really good. What else? The strudel actually turned out really well. I was scared to make pastry because I'd never made pastry before in my life and it sounded scary. And it turned out really well for somebody that never made pastry. So the strudel was good. Oh no! Oh no! What else have I made? I made a lot of stuff and every single thing has been good. So just like flip through it and then make whatever you want. But the salmon for sure. I love WoW cookbook. I can't play Horde, never could. It's so hard to navigate the cities. Yeah, the cities, the Alliance cities, like the Horde cities are kind of cool. Undercity is very atmospheric and I love the design of Undercity, but it's a sewer, so I don't like actually spending time there. Thunderbluff is pretty, but I don't like the design of Thunderbluff. Like, the whole bridges thing really annoyed me when I was a youngin' on a ground mount, because I would fall off them, because I'm never looking where I'm going. Orgrimmar pisses me off. I have a video that I made years ago. One of the earlier videos I made on my channel was a list of reasons why I hate Orgrimmar. Don't get me wrong, it's fine and it's cool and it fits the whole orc theme, but I would rather be most places other than Orgrimmar. What else do they have? Silvermoon is cool, but it's Silvermoon. Like, you're stuck on a grand mountain, it's in the middle of nowhere, and nobody goes there unless they're role-playing. Am I missing one? I think that's it. Yeah, the Alliance cities kick butt. I love Stormwind. Stormwind is my home. Darnassus is gorgeous. Ironforge is cool, but Ironforge kind of has the same problem that the Undercity has to me, where it's very dark, and I get kind of bummed out being there. I wouldn't like living in Ironforge in real life. It's a little too dark. And then, what's the other one? Is that it? Just started watching you. Thanks a bunch for the Squirky. Yeah, no problem, Jack. Squirky's cool, dude. Hang on. Squirky. He's here. I got him. I'm a big shill. Not a shill, but like, now that I have all of the Murlocs, because I got them when they were on sale. The Murlocs were like $4 each when they were on sale for the spring sale. Unfortunately, you've missed it, and they're back to full price now. But I got all the Murlocs when they were on sale, so now I have them. So I couldn't just have all but one Murloc, so I had to get Squirky. I had to. And plus, he arrived really fast. Now that they've actually gotten past their spring clearance sale backlog, they ship pretty quickly. Although, caution, if you are trying to order stuff from the Blizzard Gear Store and you do not live in the United States, you are going to pay 3 arms and 4 legs for shipping, and you probably don't have that many limbs. They may also bill you for customs fee after you actually get it. I've had that happen. When I ordered Blizzard Gear Loot from Canada, I paid a lot of shipping, like half as much as the item. I bought the Wind Rider Cub. Oh god, thanks for the extra 5, Alicia. Can you make a guide for trolling? Trolling? Like playing a troll and role-playing with the Amon accent, or like messing with people in like chat channels, because I don't spend a lot of time trolling, although if I'm drunk I do kind of troll in Overwatch voice chat. I will absolutely mess with people in Overwatch, not like in a mean way, just like saying really funny things and like trying to make them think that I'm that weird. But yeah, I don't know. I need more info on what you mean. But, Nixium already did it. There you go. There you go, you got it. Nomergun and Undermine. Nomergun. Oh yeah, those aren't like player cities though. Those are like, well, Nomergun is a dungeon, and then Undermine. We haven't been to Undermine, have we? Thanks, Daniel. You already gave us such a big donation that you don't need to do it again. Troll roleplay, because I mean I could make that video. It'd be like, step 1, make a troll. Step 2, figure out your spirit troll hairstyle, and step 3 is like put on a vaguely racist Jamaican accent. It's a troll accent, it's fine. Please make a video with that accent. Oh man. I want to do a series of lore videos where I explain WoW lore from like a half Valley Girl, half Dudular voice of like, and then the dude did like the thing with like the dudes. I stepped on the thing. What's daisies? I kind of want to do that one day. But all the videos like that on my list are kind of set behind videos like the PTR stuff. I'm right now in the middle of making a series of videos talking about the new legendaries coming. Those videos are going to be coming out in the first couple days of next week. So once 1.725 comes out and we're kind of in the middle of a patch cycle where I don't need to be doing patch release videos again, I can start to make more silly stuff. Also, I can assure you I am actually working on Family Familiar. I'm only doing one achievement at a time because I'm kind of doing it on top of my other stuff. Like, in a day, I will have like a big list, with like the video stuff that I want to do for a day, and it's broken out into like outlining and script writing and recording the audio and getting the images and editing and whatever. And at the end of it, at the very end of doing all that stuff, which usually takes me all day, I'm taking like 20 minutes to half an hour every day to go and do the available trainers for one of the Family Familiar types. So it's going to take us like 10 years to get through them all, but I am starting on them. I'm about 5 or 6 trainers into the Undead achievement. Oh no, he's squishing me. He's squishing me. I'm about 5 or 6 into Undead for Family Familiar, the littlest necromancer thing. So that'll come out first. I will release those videos as I finish them. And then if I get to a point where I'm doing my work a little bit faster and I have some extra time to get ahead, then I can start using alts to record multiple families per day in the same trainers and get a little faster. But right now I'm just doing what I have time for. I'm trying to get a couple videos ahead because in mid-June I have to take 2 days. I don't have to, but I'm going to the Oregon coast with my husband and my in-laws for like, I think it's a Tuesday, Wednesday in the middle of June. So I need to get at least 2 videos ahead of time by then so that we're not missing any videos while I'm peacing out to go take pictures of seagulls on the coast. I made a human called Uncle Dave, and people never trusted me. You had to delete him? Aw. Would they like not let you into their guild? Because that's unfortunate. Second favorite class? So top favorite is obviously Priest. Second favorite used to be probably a tie between Resto Druid for PvP and then Hunter for PvE and also kind of PvP. Like, I'm a big fan of BM Hunter and Resto Druid, but I have been having such a ball on my Brewmaster Monk that I bet once I get good at it, I think it might be more fun. I think Brewmaster might take over my number 2 spot. I wanted to actually gear up my Brewmaster Monk a little bit on stream today, but then I realized it was time walking and I needed more seals. I needed to get more seals. This is probably going to be the last dungeon that we do. It's probably not going to give me all of my seals, but it'll probably give me most of them. I might do another one tomorrow to see if that thing happens for me where you get like an extra of that 500 turning, because that would really do it. You look nothing like I thought you would just by hearing your voice. Are you like the same guy that put that on my G600 video, or are you just quoting that guy? Because that was funny. Somebody made a comment on, and I don't usually read too many comments and videos like that because they tend to get kind of nasty because YouTube comments. I look at the first ones, I look at the early ones, but somebody made a comment and they said that, sorry, obvious exception is logs. I read every single comment that people leave in their logs. But they made a comment saying like, you have a really nice voice, I thought you would be pretty, and now that I see you, you're really ugly. And that didn't terribly upset me because it's a YouTube comment and I'm married and I don't need anybody in particular to think I'm pretty. Also, it's not terribly relevant to whether or not you think the G13 is better than the Orbweaver. But it spawned such a gigantic slap fight in the comments that video has a lot more comments than it normally would have, and that's going to boost it in search rankings because it's got really high engagement ratings. So I guess thanks. But yeah, somebody said something about exactly that effect. They were like, man, you have a nice voice. I thought you would look really pretty, and now I see you, and you're just ugly as heck. And I'm like, well, thanks. I appreciate your opinion. It's really hard driving and watching the stream, but messing with people. Oh, please do not drive and watch the stream. Please be safe on the road, Alicia. Messing with people. I will consider it. I can't make any guarantees because I'm sure that other people with more experience of trolling would be better at that. But gotta go now. Hope the rest of the stream is good. See you later, Jonathan. We're almost done here. Once we finish Throne of Tides, I will be signing off to start dinner. I want to make ginger chili shrimp tonight. I do like a sweet and spicy ginger chili sauce, and then I want to have that over like some shrimp and rice and veggies. I've been wanting to make that all week and I haven't had time, but I think I can do it today. I didn't mean it in a bad way. I'm sure you didn't. I'm sure you didn't. It was just, it started out the exact same way as that one guy's comment. I saw that comment, made me facepalm. It's just funny. It didn't terribly upset me. You know, I'm not crying myself to sleep or anything. Besides, nobody's gonna find everybody, like one person is not gonna be attractive to 100% of the population, and how much of the population finds you particularly attractive doesn't matter. All you need to do is find the one person, or however many people you feel inclined to date at one time, that finds you attractive, and then you're pretty much set, as long as you also find yourself, well, you don't need to find yourself, like, super attractive, but you need to be I guess you don't need to be, but I think it's good to be confident with how you look. Like, if you feel like you look good, it doesn't matter if other people think you look good. I mean, they don't have to walk around looking like you. So, like, I don't know. You're never gonna make everybody happy, and you don't need to. You need to make, on average, 2 people happy. One, the person that you are dating or would like to date. And if they don't like the way you look, then you should probably move on. And 2, you. Those are the only 2 people that it matters. So, I have a slightly unconventional face. I know I have a very large nose. I like my large nose. I think it looks good on my face. I'm not gonna change it. I'm not gonna get plastic surgery. If I live my, like, it's not the standard of beauty, especially because, like, if I turn it in profile, you can see it's got, like, it's like a big nose. But if I live my life correctly, and I do a really good job of being the coolest person I can be, when I'm, like, 85 and I die, maybe people will want to have a nose like me. Maybe they'll be like, man, I have a big nose, but I look just like Hazel from Hazelnuttygames. That's not so bad, right? I've never played private servers. I'm not going to, and I would like to end that discussion. I just found your channel. Really like your content. Thanks, Edward. Me and the boyfriend are gonna go get some food. Have a great evening, and thanks for the stream. See you later, Daniel. Thank you again for your incredibly generous donation. That was really, really amazing. See you later. Also, sup, hello there. Nixium made the best trolling guide possible. Watch it. Yeah. From the sounds of it, Nixium has the video that you want to watch, Alicia, for learning how to troll. I'm sure he's a much better resource than I am. Also, hey there. Before the stream started, when I was watching people, like, comment on the opening video, you were, like, talking about how, maybe it wasn't you, maybe it was the person you were talking to, but you were saying how my gnome is, like, on the hunt for some drugs. And I will say that in her story, she is probably addicted to something, but I don't think it's crack. I feel like she's not on crack. She's, like, she's on something. She's on that void. She's on that voidish. I see, Shen. Standard for beauty is boring. Yeah, there's no point in everybody looking the same. You look like how you look, and that's great. You gotta just live your life and not worry too much about what other people think, unless the thing that they're thinking is, please stop massacring our villages, in which case you should probably give that a consideration. So, how many badges are we at now? Currency. 2145. So you get a good amount from this, actually. It's not that hard to grind badges. I guess 2200 is not that bad. I feel like you need, what, 5,000? Is it 5,000 badges for a mount, or is it 7,000? Because the other thing that I would really like is the mop time walking mount, the Cloud Serpent. I think it's a gorgeous Cloud Serpent. It's jade. I want that one, but I definitely need the Paradox Spirit first because I'm more of a pet collector than a mount collector. And I don't know if I have enough spirit. I don't know if I have enough motivation to grind enough, I don't know if I have enough motivation to grind enough badges for both the pet and the thing in time for the, like, when is the next mock time walking? Arena skirmishes, boat festival, time walking, dungeon event begins, Mists of Pandaria. So it's actually 13th of June, which is my forecasted, one of my forecasted 75 release dates. So yeah, I'm not gonna have time. I'm not gonna have time. Maybe for the next one after that. But I'm not gonna have time to get them all in time. So let's leave out here. You know what I'm gonna do before I turn off the stream though, is I'm gonna go get that that box. So if I go to Dalaran, I'm gonna turn in the weekly event or the weekly quest that requires you to do 5 of them. It's gonna give me a cache of Night Warp treasures, and I'm pretty sure that cache could drop me a legendary. I need one. I'm due. Give me my belt. I'm gonna double check my loot spec. Loot spec Shadow. Okay, I'm gonna spec Shadow. Not that it matters. 317k. Yeah, I have a lot of order resources. I get them from doing everything. I don't need them, but they just kind of happen to me. Hi from Portland, Sepron. How much is the pet? 2,200. 2,200 time warped badges according to Wowhead. Time to go now. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for streaming. See you later, Lexi Bear. Okay, so everybody cross your fingers and at least a pair of toes, as long as you have 2 toes that can cross. It's hard, actually. 3, 2. Nope. I was hoping for too much. What a terrible relic. Anyways, thank you guys so much for coming to the stream. Next stream is gonna be another WoW stream on Friday. But somewhere in this range, I'm going to be doing the next baking stream as soon as... I'm going to announce the date for that. I'm going to announce the date, I think, on Fridays. So next week, I will announce the next date for the baking stream. It's going to be early in the week, and it's going to be in the morning. The current things that are winning. Let me pull up my Patreon and see what's winning in the poll right now. We have a couple more days in the poll for people to vote, so if you are subbed to me on Patreon, you have not yet voted in the baking stream poll, you can go do that. Make your opinion known. The options on the poll are for... Conjured Mana Buns, which are cinnamon rolls. Moser's Magnificent Muffins, which are like an apple oat muffin. The French macarons or chocolate caramel cupcakes. The current winners right now are the cupcakes and the muffins with 8 votes each. Third place is macarons with 6 votes. So we're probably going to be making cupcakes and muffins, although it could change. The first one of those is going to be early next week, so that's going to be next baking stream. Check out the vlog if you didn't do that already. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you all so much for coming, and also for all the super chat donations. That was really incredible. And I thank you. Thank you again. Bye, guys.